Hello.
Oh God, hello.
We're alive.
Oh God.
In front of a computer
Oh God.
with a camera attached to it. And it's
Make it
showing our
stop.
voices and faces.
Make it stop.
Not for another 3 hours, we don't.
Oh no.
Hey, you pressed the button this time.
It was my fault. Most assuredly, my fault today.
We got a wad tomato in chat.
That guy can't be trusted. I caught him watching Miniac
Oh.
today.
You know, he gets around to many other streamers.
Cheater.
I have
Two-timer.
seen wad tomato in many a stream. What's up, Dower? Xenophonetic. What's up? Metal dice. Painted the pips with Acryl. They have multicolored pips. That's cool. To do weird things to this leaper.
So I need you to stay within the confines of legality.
Oh, of course. It's all legal.
Fuck, what's going on? You just started vacation? Jealous. I don't get vacation. Poor, pitiful Jason.
These days. Maybe.
I think the time comes when I get a vacation is a time that I really just don't work here anymore. Like I've retired or something. I just don't vacation very well. So as much as I groan about it, it's like, it isn't really going to happen.
I'll just throw back my legs and pollute my britches with delight.
Who dat?
Iron Raven. Thank you for the sub. 55 months.
Who dat?
Welcome back.
Bakamaru, you missed brushes. Yeah, they only lasted 4.5 hours. That's silly.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Super silly. But I'm making it up with new colors, huh? Where'd you hear that rumor?
Who?
What?
You? I think you were spreading a rumor.
What? No.
I don't know. Heard a thing. About a thing.
Our account got hacked.
Surely not with all of Discord's protocols.
I can't even log into my account. So, that's how you know that's a lie. Nobody else can log into our account. Everybody's week has started off all right. The Tuesday's going pretty good.
It's not so bad.
Player J, are you okay? You having a stroke?
Huh?
Player J's having a stroke.
Player J. That.
Oh,
That one.
Gotta pay
That
attention,
one.
Babe J.
That one. I was looking in the chat stream and I didn't see it. And then I saw it.
I didn't see it, and then I saw it.
And now all makes sense.
Player J is a minuscule Canadian fella that you met at Adepticon. Came by with his better half. Acted like he owned the place for about an hour. And he splits. Missed it this year. He'll be back next year.
Well, hello. How's it going?
Player J is one of the old guard, I guess. Is that fair to say? I think Player J's been around long enough to be called the old guard. Hey, what do you mean that one? What do you mean by that one? OnePlus says, I'm trying to master your metal with the burnt sienna and burnt orange, then dry brushing dark metallic silver, but it's just not looking as good. You basically paint the whole thing with the burnt over black? Yeah. Yep. Deathwalker, this is white blue. White blue over the top of a mix of blue, black, and white blue. So really, the metal is right now just blue, black, and white blue. And will pretty much continue to be so until I'm done. Although I might do some black black wash on it. I haven't determined all that yet.
Somebody likes us.
No way. Lies. Not possible. Unpossible.
Impossible.
Blue black, favorite color of paint in existence. One of mine too. I have 90 favorite colors of paint.
What's up, Gosu?
Soon to be 102 favorite colors of paint.
Hope you're feeling better, Gosu.
Having to Gosu.
Well, apparently wasn't feeling too great yesterday. Hence the no Gosu on the stream. As a former English teacher. Nice, because whenever I have a grammar question, I can just go ask Jen. Not screw it up.
Pickleback Evo doesn't have that many holes. It only had 96. You have 6 open slots and 12 paints coming. Got to start making decisions. Triage, people. Triage.
What gets sacrificed first?
Holy Arnold Palmer. That's like 90% lemonade. Woo! That's very sour.
Very sour.
Very lemon.
Where'd you get an older Arnold Palmer from?
Jen just magically showed up with one. She went and got herself a salad, and the salad place, I guess, does Arnold Palmer's, so I got one.
Cool.
She loves me. Kind of thinks I'm cool.
I got confused because you have like a Starbucks pastry thing on your desk, and then you also have something that didn't look like it was from Starbucks. And I got confused. That happened in your office? What happened in my office
Huh? I didn't know.
minutes ago? Festooned?
Oh, she came in and gave me the drink while you were standing right in front of me, so yes.
Yes. Well, to be fair, you were not really in my office. Jason kind of was. Jenna's asking if you need a little bit more tea.
It's a whoo! Whoo!
That sounds like a yes to me.
It's very whoo! It's good, though. But I will be taking small drinks of that. It's very sweet. Very lemon. Much wow. They took the Arnold part of the Palmer very seriously. I actually don't know which part is the lemonade part. It's like a chicken and egg thing. Which came first, the lemon or the tea?
The lemon. Or perhaps the tea. Perhaps both came before.
Go Back version 3 is just a big old bag. It's just a big sack capable of carrying all the paints.
We have a Jen.
What? You're
With
not
more
telling me you
tea.
have tea.
I got a tea for myself.
Oh, well, you don't have to correct it.
No, I can share a little tea with you.
Thank you, babe.
All right, I'm gonna do it here. I'm not gonna spill, I promise.
You gonna do it on Baby J's desk?
No, she's doing it on
Yes.
on my desk. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly where she's doing it. Yep.
Miniac, that's not Battletech.
my
What's going
gosh.
on? What's up, Scott? This is not Battletech. We finished all the Battletech. We were ahead of the game on that one. I did 42 freaking mechs in a dropship in 2 weeks.
Bye, Jen.
Bye.
Thanks, babe. So yeah, that was a lot. A full battalion plus a command lance. For those of you in the know.
Oh, it's Evan the producer.
Oh, it says he's Evan. Okay, he's using the Miniac channel. I got it.
Yeah.
What's up, Evan?
How's it going?
No, we did 3 companies, 12 mechs apiece, so that's 36. And then I added in a command lance to the battalion to get us to 40 mechs. And I still have 2 that I painted that I'm not even going to use.
I painted 4 mechs.
Along with the other 80 that are on my desk still.
Are those all 80 still on your desk?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Plus the other 40 something are on my desk, right? Because I took the whole tray from in here to in there.
That's true.
All the mechs are
Your desk
in
is just half.
Office Day Fuse.
Yeah.
So I go back at the end. You can see how I set up my shine when I'm doing just really fast, cylindrical, non-metallic, is I just do a line, whoop, whoop, and then all the edges, right? That gives it the shine, makes it look sort of metal. And then you come back with the same highlight color, just really, really thin on the brush, and all I'm doing is fuzzing that line by going across it perpendicular with some hash marks and not really blending, kind of fake blends. Again, wish.com, non-metallic metal, gotta go fast. Paint it red. Catch them all.
Getting some nice flush wash on this here bug.
You need more thug mechs? I have one. I'm not a big fan of the thug. There's one or two chassis of it that are very good, but for its points, there's a lot. I don't know if there's a lot better mechs. I don't play a lot of games where you can take that many points. So assault mechs, even the light assault mechs or the very heavy mechs, don't see much playtime. I'm a medium. I'm a light, heavy medium player. That's where I like to be. Oh my god, that's perfect. I wonder if she has an Arnold Palmer now too. That's very hard for me to say.
Arnold Palmer.
Did she take some? She must have taken some of the lemonade, and now hers is an Arnold Palmer.
Maybe.
I have to concentrate when I say that.
Yeah.
Need a lance of penetrators? Trust me, Mo. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that, but it would be a good joke. It's a running dick joke.
That is, in fact, a running dick joke.
Well, what'd you do? What did you... Is this just diluted with tea? That's awesome. It didn't need that much. That's great. Thank you, baby. It's perfect now. Hunchback life. Yeah, the Hunchback is not a bad mech. I enjoy the Hunchback. You want to see my monster tray of mechs? I feel like going and getting it. I will go. We've been talking about BattleTech. I dropped in on Miniac's channel.
Oh, is he?
Talked BattleTech for about an hour.
Oh, cool. Hi, Slow Fuse. Hello, Jen. How's it going, Avian? Putting some flush wash on this bug, making it look kind of gross. I like where the grossness is going. Ta-da! Big pile of mechs.
I don't. The tray has paper towels on it. I'm not sure why, but that's cool.
It was to make sure that nothing fell over and got scratched.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. This is the Wayward Sons. This is the battalion. I need to rearrange them by size anyway, so we'll do that now.
They should mostly-ish be correct.
No, they're way off.
Well, I tried.
They're way off.
I tried.
They weren't arranged on the
table?
the desk when you took them, so I don't know how you
why.
would have gotten it right, unless you studied up a lot.
No. I largely tried to keep them generally in the same order that they were on the desk, and I assumed that you had put them in the correct order.
So I have Dos Raptors. It's one of the first. It's one of the first Intersphere Omnimax. We have a Venom, which is a overinflated spider. Right, all the light mechs. A Jenner, because you have to have a Jenner. You got to have a 7D. A Spectre, because it's a light mech that hits way above its weight class. A Javelin. Oh, that's part of the command lance, though. I got to pull those out, right? A Locust, because Locust, first mech you ever had in a video game. The Phoenix Hawks, or whatever it is. Mongoose. Spooter. Arctic Fox. Not really a model for an Arctic Fox, so that gets to be an Arctic Fox. He's a Kit Fox from the clans, but it's not a clan mech. Is that all? White mechs? I think so. Holy, too many mechs. Oh yeah, all the assaults are together. Medium mechs, Hunchback. Right, so we got a Hunchback. We got our Command Lance, the owner of the mercenary unit, Carry On, and her Trebuchet. We got a Centurion. We got a Griffin. Got an Enforcer. We got a Whitworth. Whitworth, maybe, I think it's a medium mech. It might be a light. I think it's a medium mech. Infield. Crab. Whacker of Bushes. Those Wolverines. One of my favorite mechs ever. Wolverine. And a Phoenix Hawk. Crescent Hawk's Inception. That's what the Locust thing. Not Phoenix Hawk. Crescent Hawk's Inception.
Well, huzzah, huzzah. I'll just throw back my legs and pollute my breeches with delight.
I don't think I'm using the Phoenix Hawk, but I don't remember. Penetrator.
Valeria, thank you so much for the sub.
Orion.
Welcome back.
Cataphract. Grasshopper. Thunderbolt. Jumpy. The heck is this thing called? Thing is called an Avatar, I believe. Avatar. Warhammer, of course. Archer. Somewhere I got a catapult. Whatever the heck that thing is. I don't remember what that thing's called. Catapult. We got a lot of heavies. Another Crusader. Marauder. Another Crusader. 2 Crusaders. Marauder. Catapult. Can't remember what this thing is called. This thing is called a guillotine. A guillotine. And then a Highlander, an Atlas, a Battlemaster, a Banshee, a Zeus, and an Awesome. There's also a Stinger up here, but it's not part of the group. A lot of these aren't part of the group now that I think about it. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, because you replaced like a good 7 or 8 of them or something?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure. We have a Wolverine that's part of the Command Lance. And a Locust that is part of the Command Lance. So Javelin, Locust, Wolverine, Trebuchet. That's my command, or that's my Command Lance. That's the lance I'm playing in the campaign here with. I think it's actually different in the way I built the Command Lance for the actual thing, but there you go. That's a lot of mechs. That's a lot of mechs. I still have to base some of them, but this is close to done as an army as I've had in a long time. Luckily, they're all just basically like painting troops or like heavy infantry. There's not a lot to it.
It is very much more than a fully painted army.
There's not a lot to it. I still have to do like the Crusaders jumpy effects and stuff like that. I did them on the Thunderbolt, but I like the base with the red earth. We use the concrete, our new concrete basing texture on it because it's so fine. It's like ultra super duper fine. Put that down and then put the light texture on top of that for little outcrops of rock because it keeps it at scale. If you use a lot of texture on the ground for these, it makes the mech seem smaller. So, Twitch Summerlin, thank you for the biddies.
Welcome to the chat today.
Block painting schemes look better. I think for Battletech, blocking out the colors works really, really well. The camo schemes, because of the scale, gets a little tedious. That's why I don't do it. It looks good, but I think you need bigger models, right? Camo at this scale, camo at Wargaming scale is really tough to pull off and do well unless you do like a real blocky camo the same way. But you have to have lots of open areas of plastic to pull it off. These have a lot of panel detail that really wrecks it. Makes it too fiddly for the eye, right? What song is in your head? What did I do?
What have I done?
Avian, what are you doing? The Centurion and the Hatamoto Chi are your favorite mechs? I don't like the Hatamoto Chi. I don't like the look of it. Oh, the mech itself is okay. It's like missile nipples. It's kind of funky.
Missile nipples.
It does. It has like LRM-15s in its boobs. What mechs you like outside of the Mad Cat? Because it's what you knew from video games, Wad? Yeah, I know. But I don't play Filthy Clanners.
No, you do not.
Even though I did just happen to order in the remaining clan mechs from Catalyst Game Lab, so I have all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I ordered in that new set of the OG mechs, the Mackie, all the ones from like the 2500s, the pre-mech mechs. So the Mackie was the first battle mech, and they made a model of it finally. So you got the Mackie and a bunch of other really old ones. You like that it added some variety while still sticking to the color scheme. It gives the army a feel of belonging together, but at the same time not looking boring. Thanks. Yeah, it was more a matter of just each individual mech looking at it and figuring out where to block the colors out. Some of them, the head made sense. Some of them, the shoulders. Some of the arms. Things like that. So it's not quite Grandma's quilt. They all fit together. I still have to do a lot of the highlighting. I haven't highlighted all of the tan. I got to go back with the pale yellow and highlight a bunch of the mechs. But it's cohesive enough to play with. I just need to do, there's like 7 of them, I think. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, yeah, there's 7 of them that need bases done. So. Avian. Yeah, that's the song. It's Carry On and the Wayward Sons.
Carry On.
They are from the planet Kanza 5. Write it down, it'll make sense. The that's a hard word. Proliferation Pact. That's almost as hard as Arnold Palmer. You have to raid somebody else. Traitors. Traitor scum. We'll see you later, Ethan.
Scum. See you later. See you, Scott.
Human Dave, you got your Leviathan box? Nice. Your friends finally convinced you to start Warhammer 40k with 10th edition. You resisted for 20 years.
That's a
So now tell me what
long
faction
time.
you should play and tell me a cool paint scheme. I was considering to stick with Ultramarines with some sub-factions so I can have a bit more interesting paint scheme than just blue. Blue.
Depends on what you're into.
Epic scale Confederates. Holy hell, man. 6 mil anything, especially historics, drives me bananas.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand it.
You don't like it?
It's just, well, when trying to stick to a color scheme, I painted some 6 mil stuff and it just drives me bananas.
Oh, painting it. Yeah.
You know, especially like infantry. Right? Like too much infantry drives me nuts anyway.
Hard to make it look good at 6. Doable.
You can drive a lot of contrast on it, but trying to stick to a color scheme and stuff.
Yeah.
Makes it a little rough. For which faction to play Blood Angels. And I'll
There
send
you
you
go.
my army and you can paint the rest of my army. And then tell your friends that you were lying, you're not actually going to play the game.
And then send it back.
And then send it back to me. How about that? Sounds like a plan? I swear I have no ulterior motives there. No hidden motive.
Don't listen to the man. He's full of ulterior motives.
Valerian's like, deal.
Deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm always a big Space Marine fan, and from the standpoint of, I mean, they're just fun.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. When I was building these things, I was like, these models are actually.
Yeah, Space Marines are really cool, man.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, so we're doing Blood Angels for, I guess for 10th. That wasn't the concept when I started it. I just wanted to do a true scale Marine army. So I'm doing Blood Angels, but color scheme's easy. Looks nice. I like orcs a lot, but it really just comes down to what you like. And 40k rule of cool. Doesn't mean your army's going to be any good, but just like anything, just rule of cool as far as what you're painting.
Yeah.
And what models you like to build. And, you know, there's very elite armies like Knights where you don't have to build and paint more than like 4 or 6 models, depending on how many of the little ones you run. So you can do that. So you don't have to actually do a lot. Or you can play hordes of dudes like Tyranids, and a lot of armies have the ability to do both. Like Tyranids, you can play very elite and just play like the kaiju list. If that's still, I know it probably is in 10th, right? You play
I
the
would
kaiju
imagine
list
so.
where you basically just
Like Carnifex.
yeah,
and
play a bunch of
stuff.
Carnifexes and big stuff.
Oh yes, Mo says.
Basically, just run a bunch of perpendicular lines back into your horizontal shine line to get the blur or the reflection going on a cylinder, and just building it up.
Why, thank you, godly banana lord. That's an awesome name.
That is an awesome name. Godly banana lord.
Yeah. I take it you enjoy a banana.
Careful. Never presume anything based on names on Twitch. Be like, I hate bananas. But the name stuck.
Then why for are you
So here I am.
the Lord of Bananas?
So here I am. Here we are.
Much less the godly Lord of Bananas.
So here we are. Remember, when you're doing things like glazing, putting on thin layers, make sure you take most of the paint off on another item. In this case, my thumb palette. And we'll glaze back the other direction into the same horizontal line.
Writing it all up.
Just blurring out the line. You know, you
Yeah.
could just, if you wanted to go a lot faster, you could just leave the line and have that be all you have, but I can't leave well.
That's Wish level done. Wish.com. If you were doing Wish.com, that's what you would
I thought this was Wish.com.
do. It doesn't look very Wish.com. It looks nice.
Well, Wish.com looks nice too. It just doesn't hold up against the real stuff. Right?
Yeah.
That's the whole idea with it. It'll get you through in a pinch.
It's taking you too long to be Wish.com.
The mech's big. He's huge. Let's see, it just blurs the line out enough as opposed to just being the horizontal line. Make it look like brushed steel.
Alright. Is it looking creepy enough yet, chat?
If you're doing Wish.com, you're using Apple Barrel instead of Pro Acryl? No. Still got to use good paint.
Looking creepy enough yet?
I think it looks good. I like the pinkishness. I think that nailed it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nailed it. For
I
the
glazed over
fleshy
some of
bits,
the
that's
highlights.
awesome.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I even went over some of the green, and I glazed some of the shadow flush over the green. Or no, this is the flush wash, actually. And then pulled it back up to that kind of skin tone color. Gets that really creepy, weird look to it. I like it.
Who's asking about metallics? Is that the Dreadnought from the Leviathan box, Valerian? It might as well be. It's not. It's just a regular Redemptor with some 3D printed parts prior to Leviathan's launch.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing.
For all intents and purposes, it is exactly the
The
same
swords
model.
are from some Black Templar nonsense.
Which
And I carved in and
Blood Angels
glued in a Blood Angels drip and put the Blood Angels emblems on there just so it tied into the army. There's a guy on Facebook that sells second-hand lots of Age of Sigmar and 40K. He owns a store out east. And I buy from him a lot when I want to get new armies going or have a particular thing I'm looking for.
The Human Dave, our metallics are fantastic.
Yeah.
You cannot go wrong with our metallic set. It's got this beautiful sheen to it, but has really fantastic coverage. Even on the golds, which is really hard to get. And it's a very nice array of colors as well. I gotta figure out what to do with these claws.
Just do them black.
Yeah. I might do them the jade into the black. Fade the jade into black. Kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
Dave,
you've already
we will-
got our colors, then you kind of already know what to expect from the metallics. All of our paints, we formulate them all with the same idea in mind. The metallics just have the inclusion of a mica flake, right? So that you can get that metallic feel out of them, but they still operate like all the rest of our paints. You can do some really cool stuff with them. Mixing our metallics with the transparents is a great way to get any metallic color you can dream of.
True.
They can get as advanced as you want, but are always really simple to use.
I'm trying to figure out why this thing has hooves.
They all do.
Really?
Yep, space cows.
Oh.
They have hooves for their standing feet on the big bugs. And then their front claws are totally different. Don't blur the top line on this one because it's the shadow from the barrel above. So you keep it with a really hard edge to make certain you keep that contrast going for the stacked cylinders. Tower Space McDonald's Night Crew? What? Space McDonald's Night Crew?
The heck is that?
I mean, I'm no lover of Tau, but where did the McDonald's Night Crew thing come from? On the other side, we just want a little bit of shine, just very dull secondary reflection. We might add some red on these parts, depending on how crazy I want to get with the model when I'm getting towards the finish line. But you can't feel good about leaving something completely unpainted, so got that mid-tone on here, and then we just come back with a little bit of the brightness. And here we just do the cylindrical parallel shine marks across the cylinders of the gun like that, and don't worry about much else. Same thing with all of these cylinder shapes on the shadow side of the model. Give it a little bit of highlight running along that edge. They're here, Mo. All showed up yesterday. Hamster, thank you. Your ADD is always at 1,000%. Ice cream machine broken, but they're gonna have your food all organized in your bag. It's funny, like the whole you can't get soft serve at McDonald's past a certain time. The machine's always out for service. And Emery Burgess, thank you so much for the follow. That's the glow of the horizon light. Legionnaire, you saw the tease for the signature stuff? Yep. Yeah, we got to get them counted into stock, Mo, and then here pretty soon we'll have updates for you. So be on the lookout.
I'm excited. I saw them all stacked up earlier. I was inquisitive and went to go check and see what we got.
This guy. Already stealing Mineworks models.
I didn't touch Mo.
Mo, you may not be able to get any. But if you look up Baby J on eBay.
Yeah, because I definitely am selling them under Baby J.
He's like, so turns out there's a Baby J account on eBay.
Don't you guys dare make an eBay thing that says Baby J.
How great is that? That would be so awesome.
Selling their secondhand Mineworks models. God, that would be hilarious. Don't do it, chat.
Human Dave, yeah, he's doing his Tyranids start with what was your green base? Black green?
So
in the dark camo green and then
no,
jade?
It was dark camo green for the initial base coat. And then it was dark camo green plus dark yellow green. And then I added
Oh, I thought you started the jade carapace with black green.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the green skin tone.
The jade he was asking about.
Oh, the jade. It was Payne's Gray,
Payne's
Jade,
Gray, that's what it is.
Bright Jade.
Yeah.
And then I glazed over once I did the Bright Jade. I left a lot of black exposed, or a lot of Payne's Gray exposed, and then I went and glazed over it with Jade again. So I brought it up really bright, left a lot of that black exposed, and then I went back and brought the Jade back in. And I did a bunch of hash marks when I was doing the Bright Jade. So here, I'll show you guys what I did on these little blades down here.
Yeah, jade is and always seems to be one of our best-selling colors. Oh, show. The whole jade family is spectacular. Dark jade, jade, bright jade. Can't go wrong.
I love all of them.
So good.
They're all genuinely some of my favorite paints.
There are more than a couple models out there sponsored by other paint companies. The artists we know that have told me in confidence that the jade was actually our paint. I always get a kick out of that.
That's hilarious.
Fave color of Monument Paint, the Jade. It's a great color. Nothing to be ashamed of there. I use it more as a accent color on a lot of my models than anything, but we have used it plenty of times as a
Primary color.
big bold primary color too. My Black Order for Marvel Crisis Protocol was all done with Jade.
Yep.
Jade and transparent black. I added into a lot of things. Just a fantastic color. One of my favorite colors right now is this color I'm using right now, white blue. It's too good.
It's really good.
It's too good.
Jason, we got to keep making awesome colors.
Damn it. The warm white that's coming out in the next expansion sets is brilliant. Such a good color. Been using a ton of it on all the gold non-metallic we've been doing on Dante and this guy. When I do the gold, we'll get it as well. Valerian, take it easy. Good to see you.
See you, Valerian. Time for the transparent black. Need this and a little bit of glaze wash.
MTGA and a pant commission?
Magic the Gathering Arena. And I'm
Oh,
assuming
doing some arena and painting a commission. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Painting a huge bumbling dreadnought.
Yep. Big old Bumble Dread. Bumble Dread. Should have painted it yellow and brown stripes.
Oh my god. No.
Bumblebee Dread. I think it's a great idea. I think Chad agrees.
So, first lesson in life, erase what chat likes out of your head.
Nah.
Because chat will lead you so far astray in all of that endeavor. Guaranteed.
So you're saying it's a no.
Guaranteed. We ain't trying to listen to what chat likes. Poor chat.
Yeah, look. I'm trying to do chat favors over here. Get the people what they want.
Paint Liquor, yeah, I saw you post that you had to stream your job to a bunch of people as like a training thing.
How'd that go, by the way?
The stress is over, hopefully. Stress is over, went well, nice. Glad to hear it.
Did they learn good?
Did they learn good?
Just layering on this black transparent on these flaws here. Shiny.
Ooh, I like that.
Yep. Gonna hit him with an edge highlight. I think this bug will probably be done.
What?
I gotta do eyes. Glowing yellow eyes.
I still have 50 miles of highlight to do.
Yep.
Freaking dreadnought.
Looking great though. I'll be excited to do the next one, I'm sure.
I'm already determining how I'm going to build the list to eliminate a dreadnought. There's so many times where I've done that in my life. Been like, yep, not doing that again. Time to rebuild the list. Not even ashamed of it. Don't even care. Anxiety issues. Like people watching you. Get you all weirded out. It can be a disaster, right? Because it's like, oh my God. Like, I know how to do my job. But the pressure when people are watching changes it so much. I know a lot of people that even in the world of streaming, like what we're doing right now, get that anxiety.
I'm honestly surprised that I don't, because I have other general anxiety about stuff.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm glad that this does not induce that in you.
No.
That
Other
would
things
suck.
do. Things definitely. This is not a Therapy Thursday.
Every day's therapy day when you're amongst friends. Feeling down, feeling crappy. We got you.
10 days. I like how this is coming out. I'm glad I did it on the big spines too. Wasn't sure that I was gonna do this black glazed edge
On the claws,
these.
on the big claws, yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good on the big claws.
Yeah, I think it works all the way around. Holy foot detail, man.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with all that. I'm gonna be honest, if it were
Just
me,
put him in a pair of Adidas and call it a day. What the
I mean,
heck?
I would kind of do that, but I would just do it with mud and stuff.
Well, and I'm gonna come back and put a lot of weathering on the feet, but you still got to prep it.
Nah, not for me.
Just can't. You talk a big game about go quick, cut corners.
That is a corner I am 1000% happy to cut.
Can't do it. Can't do it. You can see how with just really basic sloppy blends and an edge highlight, you can get non-metallic real quick. So it doesn't have to be something scary for you. You can blend, you are already doing non-metallic. You're probably just not putting your highlights in this big, heavy contrast that you have to do. But you're already 80% of the way there. You gotta make the jump to light speed. And just be ready to punch that bright color on at the end, rather than blending up to the bright color like we normally would with other parts of the model that we paint. We have to skip a few steps and then punch the highlight on there. Cool, Pack, what's going on?
Alright, that is it on the spines. Now we just got to do a little bit of gray up to white. Those the edges.
You got the feel for this scheme? You think it'll go quick on other dudes if you decide to do
Yeah.
more?
I think it's going to look really cool too.
Yeah, I think it'll scale really good on like the gaunts.
Yeah. Look creepy, very creepy, creepy crawly stuff. Arr, arr.
I was hoping we would get a delivery today of our miniatures.
Oh, ours.
Yeah, I thought they'd be here today.
Really?
Yeah.
Hopefully tomorrow then.
Yeah. Or they're sitting over there and nobody's told me, but I don't think so.
I mean, I can go look.
We could just say if Jen's watching, hey Jen! Or hey Gabe! Not a package for us, is there?
Paint liquor. I stole it.
Bastard. Can't be trusted.
Hipster Gumby. Hey, what? Jen, what you want?
See?
Jason would like to know if there's a package for him.
Is there a package up there that came today? Was expecting a package today, but I'm assuming no.
Hello, rancid vomit. Well, hello there.
What you want? That's what I type to her at night when it's like, what are you having for dinner? We'll finally make a decision. I'm like, what you want? What you want? Too much highlighting. Do you wonder who it's from? What are you talking about, Gabe? You don't see anything? Okay. Probably not. I would think that Philip or somebody would be in the know if something had shown up. So I'm going to go with it ain't here yet.
Bummer. Super secret stuff.
Gabe, I don't know what the reference is, so it's lost on me. You may tell me, and I might have an aha moment, but until then, you're wasting your time. No idea what you're talking about. Is this a Blue's Clues reference? If so, I'm going to make fun of him because he knows I'm 53 years old, for crying out loud. The hell is Blue's Clues? He says bingo. So, Gabe, I need you to remember your boss is old.
Nah.
And I have no idea what the hell Blue's Clues is.
The kids' cartoon.
Way too old and have too few children to understand Blue's Clues. Too few meaning zero.
Yep.
Mo's like, does this have something to do with those TikToks I keep hearing about? Probably. Mo, I think it's beyond us, my friend. We've lost already in the great, what would we call it? Pop culture reference of the new generation. All I can do is hope to annoy him with Kansas references.
I think that's hilarious.
I don't remember how that started. Maybe somebody smarter than I in chat can remember how I got on the Carry On, call the thing the Wayward Sons.
You want to know why I enjoy that so much?
Was it?
It's because of a TV show. Now, I knew about the song prior to. However, it's featured heavily in the TV show, and it is a TV show that I enjoy quite a lot.
Which is
Supernatural.
Oh my god! I always joke with Jen. I'm like, "Hey, you want to watch all 13 seasons of Supernatural?"
Hey, the show is bad. Preface this by saying that.
So we've
But I
had the
enjoy it
Supernatural
because
talk on here prior to you being here. So before you go getting all throwing your show under the bus, I think the premise of Supernatural is really awesome.
Yes.
I think that, like X-Files, they screwed it up by making it to where you have so many episodes that have nothing to do with the story.
Yes.
They all like have one little tidbit they throw in there, but it's like how to catch Bigfoot. Has nothing to do with the story.
It does get better as far as like continuation of story later on in the seasons, but it's still a lot of Monster of the Week.
Monster of the Week. Yeah. That's the good way to put it.
Yeah.
That's what killed X-Files for me.
Yeah.
Because I really thought the story had a lot of legs. Smoking Man, all that stuff. But you never got any of it.
Not at least enough to keep you going.
Yeah, it's like every now you can go and get the X-Files like list of episodes you need to watch to actually know the story.
Yeah.
And it's like 9. If
No,
that.
Songer.
It's like 7 or 9 episodes of the whole thing is all you need to watch.
Yeah.
Because that's all that actually tells the story. The rest of them are Monster of the Week.
Songer, we weren't comparing the two as far as quality one over the other. We were just saying that he feels like at the X-Files, Supernatural did not have enough core story involved in its many episodes per season.
Supernatural better than the X-Files. No, I feel like they had the same response from me, which is what Baby J just mentioned.
Yeah.
They just both had the Monster of the Week thing, and I just wanted to know the story because the story was so good, but it was in that, which is still existing to some extent, that episodic, but as long as it's making the publisher money, you're going to have to deal through a bunch of inane episodes that don't have to do with anything.
Yeah. I definitely really enjoyed Supernatural. I also like bad TV shows. So there's that.
Poor Baby J. He was born with the genetic disposition towards awful fiction.
Hey, you know what? I view myself as lucky. Because if you think about it, I can enjoy that which many cannot.
Oh, that's a point that you have there, and that's actually a very strong point.
Yeah.
I've had people tell me that before, that their ability to enjoy like bad movies and get a kick out of them makes them so much easier to like pick movies with.
Yeah.
And this is true. So you win this time.
Yeah. It's
you win this time, Baby J.
So Gosu, what it is it's an ability to put something on and watch it without being critical of what's being shown. It's like I can take this thing at surface level and draw the enjoyment out of it for just what it is. I don't need it to be a different thing. And I can overlook a lot of the other weirdness with it. I mean, I might point out and just be like, this is kind of odd.
Jen looks at me last night. Jen has got her bad TV that she loves. And
Kenobi is actually good.
It's horrible.
Well,
But
well, okay, hold on. Let me rephrase. In the grand scheme of Star Wars, it's pretty good.
wow.
Yeah. But you and I have very differing views on a lot of media.
Jen looks at me last night and she goes, "Hey, so do you have a?" Okay, so this never happens at our house, by the way. So it caught me off guard, and I thought it was really funny. But last night we're sitting there. I can't remember if we sat down to eat dinner first, or if it was before we sat down to eat dinner. But Jen looks over at me. We're sitting on the couch. I got the dog, rubbing the dog belly. Maybe I was eating a piece of pizza or whatever I was doing. And Jen looks over at me and goes, "So hey, do you have a video game you're really enjoying right now?"
Oh.
Now, she never asked me that. And so immediately my brain goes, she has awful television to watch. And she did.
So
I go,
funny.
what do you want to watch?
That's so funny.
She says bad is subjective. No, even you know it's bad. You just enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with that. She even knows she has bad television taste.
Hey, Songer, dude, I've watched stuff like that too. You're good, man.
It was so good.
Look, I've watched. So here's the thing.
Vampire Diaries.
As
that's rough.
Somebody who paints and has painted professionally as much as I have watched an absurd amount of media
of bad television,
or rather, like, listened to it. Because this is the other.
Well, somebody raises a good point, right? You have it on in the background, right? And it just becomes kind of what goes on. You don't have to pay so much attention to it. It just has enough interesting things to keep you kind of not defocused, but it's good to have going on, like a good song.
It's
right?
It's weird because I've painted enough at this point in my life where I can literally have a TV show on and completely absorb and listen to the show as if I'm watching it and still be painting the whole time.
Yeah. Mo,
I might look up once every half hour or something.
Mo, I am fully aware that my life will be a Dateline episode the day I make Jen too pissed off. I am fully aware of this. Right? The drawer full of scissors. Right? The fact that she's just going to go off the deep end and not even realize or care that, oh, I forgot we told chat that if Jason ever disappears, it's my fault and call Dateline. So, you know, so we already have all this planned out. It's not a plan I really have, 100% bought into. I'd like to have it be something different, but I get it. I understand. So until then, I'm going to still have fun calling Jen out on her bad television.
Jeez.
She knows it. She likes The Bachelorette and a bunch of those things like that. She just gets a big kick out of how stupid
now that's
people.
the thing. I cannot watch that.
She likes to mock. Well, she doesn't mock them, but she loves how stupid they are. It's just like so unreal.
That stuff is so nonsensical to me that I can't. It's just.
I can't tell a lie. There's been episodes where I've sat down and gotten completely into it. I'm like, what the heck did so-and-so just do to so-and-so? And she'll just look at me and grin.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is, like, I can sit down and enjoy an episode, but I would never go out. I would never watch a season or a TV show.
I find it a
judgment on the show. That is the type of show that I cannot watch. That's
sensing a bit of judgment from Baby J. No, that's not what he's saying at all.
There's no judgment here. Look, I have watched The Vampire Diaries all the way through more than one time. Okay, this is a moment for me where I am
take it easy, hamster.
Bringing chat into my life a little bit. All right, I have watched that show more than one time. I cannot judge people for watching The Bachelor, okay, or The Bachelorette. I cannot judge. No. There's no foot over here, Coolpack.
I can.
You can. That's fine. I've also watched The 100, which I think is largely a pretty good show until it's not.
Well, I think that's all television. I was watching something. I don't remember what brought this up, but I was watching something that was talking about the Flash television series. And how it started so well and ended so poorly.
I have not finished it, but I've watched like half of it.
And, I guess it was one of the things that popped up on my YouTube, and it had a clickbait title, like, how the major fail of the Flash, changed Warner Brothers' outlook for DC. So I watched this thing. It was like 30 or 45 minute long video explaining about how it started so well, had a huge following, and just tanked by like right after season 3 or something like that, and just started following some formula that didn't make any sense. And I don't know anything about that because I never watched like the Green Arrow stuff, the Arrowverse as they call it.
Green Arrow also was very good until it was not.
Yeah, like my sister used to watch it. And I remember her kind of saying something similar that, it used to be a lot better.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think the first and second season of The Arrow, particularly the first season, is really good. Because it's a very dark take.
Yeah, well, everybody says the same about The Flash. Like, it had some really, really good stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if I was thinking about watching it or what was going on, but I didn't wind up doing it.
Yeah, because like you said you've never watched Arrow, but I don't know how much you know.
I've seen some episodes when I would be at my mom's house because my mom and my sister would watch it. And, it was on like the WB or some nonsense, CW or something like that.
So like the first season, he's just running around killing people.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, I just got back from being on an island for 5 years, and being having a pretty bad life.
Well, it had like because Kevin Smith wrote, I think, some Green Arrow for DC. It was actually pretty good. It had, his name's Oliver, right?
Yeah. Oliver Queen.
And of course, he was a great part of Batman the Dark Knight in the 85, 86, 84, whenever Frank Miller's Dark Knight series took comics by storm. Oliver was in that. Old one-armed Oliver.
Yep. The Dark Knight series.
But I never knew anything about it. I wasn't a big DC fan, so I wouldn't have been able to look at it and tell anything other than to judge it on just a TV show. And if it's on the CW, it's not going to be good for me because they're not appealing to me.
Yeah. Which is totally reasonable.
Yeah. No, I just know that to watch television shows on channels like that is really not going to be my ticket unless they kind of change what they're doing, because it's very I don't know that I have a name for it. It's like Law and Order stuff.
They have a very particular style with which they have TV shows be written.
Yeah, it's not young adult, but it's like that next step up from young adult.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean, I was
very pretty people in very pretty situations with a little bit of drama, and
it makes sense, right? Because I was a young adult as CW was becoming more of a thing.
Yeah. No, I get it. Totally get it.
Yeah, it makes sense for me. But I have evolved, and I do have appreciation for very good TV shows, like Severance and Ted Lasso.
I've heard Ted Lasso's really good. We've had a lot of people tell us we should watch it.
It's so good.
That's he goes to the UK to be a soccer coach guy?
Yeah, it's a Division II college football coach,
and he gets
who won a championship.
Right.
Gets invited to coach a Premier League football team,
but soccer
in the UK. And he gets hired by the new owner of the team, who is who's ex-wife of the previous owner, and she hires him with the intention for him to totally just...
Right, it's a Slapshot for soccer.
Yes.
If you've ever seen Slapshot, that's exactly what Slapshot was. Is the owner bought it to tank the team, but the drunken had the worst players ever.
Yeah. With
the idea of tanking the team so that they could move the team.
Yeah.
And to a better venue and make more money.
Yeah.
Or a better city and make more money. And of course they wind up winning. And
turns out Ted Lasso ends up being a really good coach. But the show is immensely hilarious because of Ted's character.
Yeah, some of Jen's friends were telling us we needed to watch it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We have not, I don't think.
No, because you don't have Apple TV Plus.
Oh, that's right. It's on Apple TV Plus.
There's many shows on Apple TV Plus that I highly recommend.
I have 3 months of Apple TV for something I bought recently. It might have been like the new TV for the house or something.
There you go. But first, I think for you, I would 100%, I would go For All Mankind. I think you would like that show.
Well, that's the one you were telling me about before.
Yeah,
right?
I think you would like that show a lot. I don't know if Jen would like that show. I think you and Jen would probably both enjoy Ted Lasso. But, yeah. For All Mankind is awesome, especially if you're a history nut. So
Lately, we've been really struggling for shows we like to watch together, because if we find something that goes okay, it tends to slide off very fast. Like the shows we watch, the episodes kind of get a little lost.
Well, if you guys end up liking Ted Lasso, it's only 3 seasons, and all of them are great. I think the show just gets better the more seasons. What was the other song I was talking about? For All Mankind. Yeah. For All Mankind is fantastic alternate history. Absolutely incredible. For a part of history that I was never particularly interested in, I was compelled to watch the whole thing. In a very short period of time. And watch it, not paint while I watch it. I actually sat down and watched episodes. And then Severance is also good, but it's very weird. That is a bizarre TV.
What is Severance?
It's the one where there's some company that has a particular part of their their employees that work on a floor that's severed, and it's every employee that works on the floor goes through a procedure that makes it so that their brain will shut off all memories of outside
what
world.
they've done.
Well, it's even further than that. So when you go into work and you go up the elevator, you forget who you were, and you are just this person who is working at this place.
Yeah. And
then when you leave, you forget all of the work that you've done, and you forget that work person, and you are a different person that is just your outside of work person. So it is in essence severing your work personality from your outside of work personality.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. So there's
that's some weird dystopia.
Right. Very, very weird. Lots of weird implications when you think about it. And then it's weird things happen at the workplace. So yeah. It's great. I think it's only 8 or 9 episodes, so it goes pretty fast.
And it's only one season.
Well, I think it's gonna get a second season.
Oh.
But the first season is very good. Ted Lasso is done. So you just have 3 seasons. For All Mankind, I think is gonna have at least another season or 2. But the bulk of it is kind of done. That's a show where you can watch it until the point that it's at and probably stop, and you'd be perfectly happy.
What's that, Severance?
No, For All Mankind.
Oh, For All Mankind.
Yeah. But yeah. I have to admit, I've been impressed with Apple TV Plus. I would not have expected to be. But it was better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's Apple. They got all the money in the world, so if they put their mind to it, you'd think they could do some really amazing things.
Yeah, and I think they have. I think they have done that. Because pretty much every show that I've watched on that network, or been told to watch on that network, has been fantastic. And the show that I started watching last night, while is extremely depressing, and I wasn't really in a great headspace to watch it, I couldn't stop watching it because it was so interesting.
What was it?
It was, what the heck is it called? Silo, I think is the name.
Oh, that's so good. The Silo series.
Oh, is that a book?
It's a big book. Yeah.
Oh,
it's a trilogy of books. Silo, or it starts with Wool. Yeah.
Well, then you know what I'm talking about.
I need to get Apple TV. I'm buying it whether Jen likes it or not. I forgot. There was something in the back of my head that was telling me that Apple TV was something I had to get, and it was because of the Silo series.
Yeah.
Anybody
really
that's
good.
watching it, is it good if you know the book?
I don't know. I haven't read it. So I didn't even know that it was a book series.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they normally, when they do series like that, they'll say that it's from a book series, which I didn't see.
It most certainly is. I feel like Silo is going to be like that one sci-fi space travel generational ship show where they were all just an experiment, but you didn't read the book, so you don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting because, and this is having not read the book series, right? I watched the first couple of episodes and had an expectation of where the show was going to go. Was totally wrong, which is cool. I like having shows like that where I'm like, oh, this is not what I expected it to be. Now I'm more intrigued.
Yeah. No,
but it's very heavy.
When I saw they were doing the Silo show,
Yeah,
I was like, yes, must get. But it at that point in time, it was still months and months out, so I just hadn't thought about it since.
that's fine, Paint Liquor. You don't have to watch the show. Apparently the book series is great, so go ahead and read the series.
Super long. Books are very long.
They're like Malazan type length.
And very deep. Yeah. And very deep, but the world comes to life immediately sets up the 1984-esque like scenario, and you're like, aha.
Yeah, it's
the aha moment comes like, I don't know, one chapter into the book, and then it's just a rocket ship of intrigue as you try to figure out what's going on and who's involved and all that, as it introduces more and more characters up and down the silo to you. Very intriguing, though. Great concept.
yeah, it was
Paint Liquor style.
It was really funny because when I first started watching it, I was like, oh, this is a trope that's been done a lot, so maybe it's not going to be very good. And then I watched it.
Does
and I was
Jack
like,
Ryan have the guy from The Office in it?
yes.
I feel like
Yes.
I started watching it, and it starts off really, really slow as a series. Because I really like the character and the concept of it, but I don't think I enjoyed the TV show much because it was just really slow. Because he's the analyst, and it's all analyst stuff at the beginning. There's no... It's the setup. The first, 3 episodes were kind of boring. But I've always thought about going back and watching that. I tried to watch Reacher. It got old after 3 episodes.
Yeah, man, those kinds of series have never really been my cup of tea. I've tried them a couple of times, but I just can't really do modern fiction. Like modern.
Sometimes it's bad.
Yeah.
You
A
know?
lot of times even it's bad. But I think for me, I like to explore more fantastical stories.
Yeah, it's just that's hard to get good television for, right? Fantasy and sci-fi are really, really hard to have good TV, good visual entertainment. And so if you want to watch TV, you're kind of stuck.
I think fantasy is super difficult. I think nowadays we're getting a little bit better with science fiction.
Oh, by far, yeah.
But the other show that's on Apple TV Plus, Foundation. Another book series.
Yeah, I would like to see that too.
The second season is actually coming out very soon.
Yep, I've seen some of the previews.
We got him, chat.
Reacher was more like the book than the movies with Tom Cruise. Definitely. But I just thought that it got real long in the tooth way too quick as a TV show. It just got real dull and samey. A lot of those TV shows start to feel like Hardy Boys Nancy Drew mysteries after a while. Like they don't really progress the main story. It's like we were talking about with Supernatural, right?
Yeah. They take too long to get anywhere.
They take way too long to get out of their own way. It's like, come on, dude. Like, I get it. I understand. Can we please? I don't need to stay in the same town with these same stupid hit characters for 8 episodes just because you need to sell an entire season and don't want to tell more than one story. They just start being filled with a lot of nonsense.
Might build another bug instead of working on stern guard.
Why?
Because I'm having fun painting this bug, and I kind of want to paint another one. Although I could try out the stern guard.
They're bitchin' models.
They are bitchin' models. That is very true. One plus
You just
saves.
like post-apocalyptic stuff.
Me too.
You just
I
like
am
seeing
a
the
big
fall
fan.
and the rise of the rise from the ashes. They take a good 3-hour plot and take 20 hours to tell it. I think that that tends to be my bigger issue with the way episodic TV works these days, is that it's just really hard for me to get behind it because I don't want to sit there and have them take what would have made a great cinema movie, right? And they tell it in 8 hours of episodic stuff over the course of a season, 8 or 9 episodes, because they have so much filler. Now you can say that, yeah, but what if they'd have done like Lord of the Rings that way? Instead of telling each book in a 3-hour movie, what if they would have gone through and done each one as 9 episodes? And I'm like, okay, well, they could have filled more stuff in there, right? But I still think I would have gotten tired of it.
I think the Lord of the Rings movies are pretty well paced. Have a lot of good stuff going for them.
Songer, The Last of Us is pretty good. Jen and I watched the first season, and I thought it was really good. I haven't played the video game. I don't know the story. I mean, it's a pretty typical zombie post-apocalyptic story, even though it's a fungus instead of zombie. But I liked it. I thought they did a really, really good job with making every episode progress the story, doing it episodic like the video game would be on rails. You have to go from one part of the story to the next to progress, go there, beat the boss, go there, beat the boss, go there, beat the boss to the level and move to the next level. So I thought the TV series worked really well because it did that very, very well. You didn't stick in one place very long. Some of it was kind of slow moving, but the ones that were slow moving had a twist that was good. So it made you kind of forget that you felt like the first 30 minutes were kind of like, what's going on? Because then the twist was like, oh, they eat humans.
Yep.
Oh, I get it now. And so I thought it was really, really good. I liked every single episode of that, right?
Ooh,
Cyberpunk
cannibals.
was the perfect show, the animated one, right? Absolutely craved more, but it was just absolutely perfect as is, didn't need more and gave just enough. See, I didn't watch it because I don't gravitate naturally towards animated series, but the something that was similar was, God, what was it called? The second season had Anthony Mackie in it. It was like cybernetic bodies. Altered Carbon. Season 1, great.
Fantastic.
Episodes were great. Season 2, awful. Like they just completely crapped the bed on season 2.
I think they did their best. I think it's really, really difficult to portray a character with two different actors when their mannerisms and their speech patterns, when they have to be the same person. It's like you can't have Anthony Mackie and the first guy be the exact same person, which is what needs to happen in that show.
Well, they needed to be better at casting to do that better then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all there is to it, right?
Yeah.
Love, Death, and Robots is fantastic. Well, end to end, it may not have... It's not solid end to end. There's some episodes that are garbage. But I think as a show, I've enjoyed it.
Love, Death,
for
and Robots?
each season. Love, Death, and Robots.
I've never watched it.
It's really, really good. There's a bunch of episodes that are fantastic and a bunch of episodes that are complete crap, but worth the watch for sure.
Paint Liquor Arcane was really good.
Arcane is one of the best storytelling and animated visuals ever done.
It's absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, I put it up there with the top animations ever made.
Yeah.
We've had long conversations about that.
I agree with this.
That I think it was done just phenomenally. The storytelling visually, even without any sound, was fantastic. You could almost follow the story without listening. I think it was a French studio that did that. It's just tremendous. Tremendous. I can't remember. They've worked on some other really, really cool stuff. But yeah, Arcane is amazing.
I wonder who did.
You're excited for season 2? I don't. So if they do a season 2, it'll be a different story, right? I think they're going to tell the story of some other League of Legends characters. I don't think they'll keep on with what we got in Arcane season 1, right? I hope they don't.
They will. I'm sure they probably will.
I hope they won't.
I mean, the end of the first season, like, begins a new story arc.
Yeah,
Right.
with totally new characters. And so I hope that they don't continue the same story. I hope they expand the world because we've only seen a smidge of it. You know,
I think we'll see a lot more.
I don't want to have it be the story of Jinx and Vi. I think that'll be really boring if they start to do it again. It was fantastic in season 1. It'll be a waste of time if they keep it going. Because the way the lore is written, not everybody is part of that story. You know? So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Fortiche is the name of the studio.
Fortiche?
Yeah, Fortiche.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was Arcane, an animated steampunk action adventure television series created by Christian Link, Alex Yee. It was produced by the French animation studio Fortiche under the supervision of Riot Games and Distribution.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Such a great one. That's one that scares me, right? And I know that this makes me one of those naysayers, but it scares me because it was so good the first time around. It's primed and ready to be garbage on season 2. Like, they won't pay the same money. They won't get the same studio involved. Hopefully they do. You know? The producers will have gone on to do other things.
Yeah,
But I will stay hopefully optimistic on that one.
I would expect Arcane to continue on with Vi and Jinx.
I read that they were not doing that. That the next one was
really?
like the next one was like Darius and
Oh,
I can't remember who Darius'
That's
nemesis
cool.
was.
that is cool. I have no problem with that.
Katrina or whatever her name is or whatever.
Katarina,
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but and I feel like it'll take looks back in, but all of these things happen in various different parts of this world, and you know, I would hope that we don't just get stuck in with Vi and Jinx because
I hope so as well.
that story was fantastic, but it's not the only story.
Yeah, they pushed Noxus pretty hard in the first season. You're definitely right. So we're gonna see a lot of Noxians in in that next season for sure. And both Katarina's not from, I don't remember if she's from, I know she's Bilgewater now, but she might have been originally from Noxus. But I know Darius is 100% Noxus. I don't know if there's any other League of Legends nerds out there who would know. Garen's Demacian, so why not?
Or Demacia! Spin, spin, spin.
That's an interesting take, OnePlus saves. I don't necessarily agree with you.
What's that?
I'm curious where you're getting the idea that they're pushing their fans away.
Who
I was
is?
saying that Riot is right there with Blizzard as far as companies are concerned, that their League of Legends pushes even their most addicted fans away.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Why, for changes in the game? I don't play the game anymore. I used to.
I haven't really felt that.
I used to for a long time, so...
And I mean, you might be specifically talking about League of Legends, the game, and not their other games, because they have quite a few now. But I have felt that, in my opinion,
I thought Riot
has
was
been-
lauded as being one of the better ones. I thought they were
Yes.
doing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they've had their publicity issues in the past.
Have they?
Yeah,
I don't pay attention.
but there has not been anything recent. I mean, do you play League of Legends actively? OnePlay saves?
Oh, it's always been toxic, but that's part of the barking dog keeping people coming back. If anything, it grows the community.
I also feel that they've done a really good job of doing away with a lot of that.
If you want to know toxic, play Dota or Heroes of New Earth.
Oh man, League was pretty bad.
No, never. Never as bad as either of those.
I mean, I never really played a lot of Dota, and I never really played. I've played Dota and I've played Heroes of New Earth, but I would not have. I did not play them enough to be comfortable speaking on their community. I have, however, played enough League of Legends to be able to confidently tell you that that community was horrible. But I mean, it was horrible. You know, I would say years ago. I mean, we're talking like still is. I mean, I think in general,
there's not a way
better.
to make a truly PvP free to play experience not toxic. There's no way.
Yeah.
Because you invite toxicity by making it free. There's no barrier to entry, and nobody has to get value from it because the value is 0.
Yeah.
If your value is from trolling people, then you get instant value.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're just never going to get rid of that. But yeah, it was always the go-to, much better than either of the other two big ones.
I mean, I think you're just gonna find a lot of toxicity in competitive games, anyways. Especially games that are
Well, you have to be on a team with somebody.
very competitive.
Yeah, they're competitive, and you have to be on a team of people you don't know.
Yeah.
Because they won't let you 5 up.
Oh, they will. You
Not
can
in
in
competition league, you can't. You can't be in competitive ladder with more than 2. Trust me, I was diamond in League of Legends.
You can 5 stack and ranked.
No, you can't. You cannot room up with 5 unless you're in a tournament. You can only pair up. The only way you can do is duo queue, unless they've changed it, because it's just duo queue. You can't go with 5.
Maybe I'm just thinking of.
They'd be insane if they let you go with 5, because you would just have people farming their teammates all the way to the diamond or platinum, and you got to duo queue.
Curious.
Because you could duo queue.
I don't play a lot of ranked in League, so.
Yeah, that's all I ever did was ranked. Yeah, you can't play 5 ranked. Yep. You can load up with 5 people and go to like ARAMs, but you can't play ranked with 5 people. And any MOBA.
Okay.
That would be insanity.
Yeah.
Because you would just take 4 that are super high elo and 1 that isn't, and those 4 would be able to carry the low one even matched against 5 high elo players, and you just become instantaneously whatever league you were trying to get to.
I'm pretty sure that they do have a 5 stack. They're like challenge leagues. I think you can 5 stack them.
Yeah, but that's not ranked.
No, they're like tournaments. It's not ranked 5v5. It's not like diamond placed 5v5, but it is their like competitive.
But you're always going to have toxic players. I was one of them, because not toxic to other people in my queue, but I was toxic towards the game, because
Yeah,
when I was going for the platinum queue, and this happened to me in 2 games. It happened to me in League of Legends, and it happened to me in Smite after we left League of Legends because of the way it worked. And in Smite, it was even worse, because Smite was having such problems with their queuing and how they did the elo, because they would bring unranked players in, and for their ranking trials, they would have them at, I think they brought them in at close to 1700 elo. So they would be able to be the low player on the tier, depending on the queue, for people going into gold and platinum trials. So you'd have a brand new player that wasn't even placed like in Wood League yet, and they'd be in their opening trials, and they could get a gold game, and you just lose. You just insta lose, because they'd come in and they'd pick jungle, and you'd just be like, okay, we lose. New guy doesn't talk, never played. Had a one for all where everyone was Teemo on the bridge, the all Teemo. I remember when they used to do the special events where everybody would play as Teemo. It was nothing but mushroom, poison, slow. I think they've changed Teemo since then. I don't think he does the same things anymore. I don't think he puts like 50 million mushrooms out all over the place. People picking support, they'd pick whatever. Yeah, they'd
Yeah, so you can only 5-stack in the Clash leagues.
Yeah, which is not ranked.
It
You
is.
can report those people in the pregame lobby now. Oh, that's nice. They used to not pay attention to any of the reporting system stuff at all because everybody was trolling everybody, right? The hard thing in a game like that, again, goes to where who do you believe? They have to have enough people at Riot paying attention to what's actually going on to be able to go and look at your account. I think they just want to be able to press a button and say, get rid of this person, time them out. So none of the bitching ever worked, never did anything. Had to suffer through it. But if it happened during your promotionals, it was just salt, like pure salt. You're like, how does this happen to me? Sitting around like noon on a Thursday with the regulars who play, everybody knows everybody, and you're going through your promotional bout, and there's some rando that is, just joining the game, and by no fault of his own or her own, goes into, has enough, because before you could go into your rank placements, you had to have enough heroes available.
Yep.
Right? You had to unlock enough heroes.
I believe you still have to.
I forget what the minimum was, but it was like 11 or something, right?
10.
10 or 11 or something like that. So you had to unlock enough heroes, first of all. So you knew they had played some, or they bought the pack. That was the problem, right? You could buy the hero pack.
And you would just get in.
And you'd just be able to go to your promotionals.
Yeah.
And you'd wind up with people in there that were, because this was back in 2013, 14.
So there's a big change that they made to that as well. Is I believe you also have to be level 30 to do.
Yeah, I think you had to get to level, but that wasn't hard. You could blast through that pretty quick. But the problem was that your elo was just guessed. And by the ranking system, that's kind of the way elo works in chess. You start at like 1500 or whatever the mid is, right?
Yeah, and then you get
1700 or whatever, and then after your first game, it places you better. But that's a 1v1, and it works in 1v1. It doesn't work when you have 4 people relying on this person. Right? Unless it can guarantee a handicap for the other team, which, of course, it doesn't. So that was always a pain in the butt. There's not a real good way to rank team fight style games with an ELO style system. They've been trying for decades to make something work, and there's just not a real good mathematical way to do it when the team changes all the time.
Yeah.
If it were the same 5 people all the time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But it ain't. All games have a problem with that, right? MechWarrior Online has a problem with that, where, especially when the game gets long in the tooth and there's not enough people playing, then the queue has to, in order to get games, they have to expand the queue to where bad people have to play with really good people. Because there's just not enough people to play otherwise. When the game requires, a certain amount of players. It's kind of stuck.
I used to get so angry at that game.
Which one? League?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
it's
got
a rage-inducing
so
game.
So, what's funny about that is, as a joke, I changed my in-game name after a while to be Mr. Rage Guy.
I can't imagine you raging at video. I mean, maybe.
I mean, look, I am a much different person than I was.
You've gone through some training.
In the early...
Had some attitude adjusting.
Yeah. Let's just say 10 years ago, I was a very different person. 7 years ago, I was a very different person. I mean, this is back when we were still using, like, Mumble. If anybody knows what that is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I played it when you had to be on TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
In Trello.
Yeah. I mean, I was as well, but I think by 2011, which is when the game came out, Mumble was a thing. Or shortly thereafter.
Yeah, I don't know. All of our game groups were on TeamSpeak.
Yeah. Because I played a lot in Season 1 all the way through Season, 5 or 6.
I ignored it when it first came out. In our gaming group, a lot of people were playing it, but I ignored it because it seemed silly cartoon nonsense. And then one night, we had a team building event in our gaming group, and everybody, was in. I think it was when they had just. I don't know if they had just introduced it, but it was just becoming big where you could play ARAM.
Yep.
And do custom games and get everybody in. So we did a big team building event where everybody did ARAM and all these custom game types or whatever they were doing. And I got in there, and of course I had to ask a bunch of questions. I'm like, what even is this? What character is the best? And whatever. And I think I got Jax.
I like Jax.
Or something like that. And, got the crap kicked out of me for a long time. And then started realizing how to buy equipment and how all that worked, and started realizing the nuances of this game are pretty hardcore. It's silly cartoon nonsense, but packaged in a really good game.
Yep.
Because I had never messed around with Warcraft 3 Dota, or any of that. I had buddies that did those mods, but I didn't ever play any of the games. And I think Heroes of New Earth had been out before League of Legends. I think Dota was.
The original Dota definitely.
The original Dota was, right? Yeah. Dota 2 is the one right now.
Yeah,
right?
Dota 2 didn't come out until like or something. It took a while for it to. I'm actually kind of curious how close I was. Yeah, we're like Mumble, TeamSpeak, Ventrilo, Jabber, pour out one for the giants upon whose shoulders Discord now stands.
The pile of bones,
yeah.
Dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
TeamSpeak was like run by Germans, like a big German speech client that everybody used.
Ventrilo.
TeamSpeak.
Oh, TeamSpeak. I never really used TeamSpeak. I was always a Ventrilo or.
You did one or the other, right? But it was like, TeamSpeak had been what my EVE Online group did because they were all German. The corp was owned by Germans, and so it was all TeamSpeak. And then one of my gaming groups that I joined early on for non-EVE Online did Vent, and so I learned Vent. It's all the same stuff. And then this guy's starting to look pretty good. Starting to come together.
Yeah, he's looking sweet.
If I just can't get away from that one smokestack that's not done. But
right. Dota 2 came out in July 9th, 2013. That's pretty old, actually. That's 10 years old. Almost.
Dota
exactly
2?
10 years, yeah.
The good old days event. When you first played League, you thought your character glitched as you were level 18 in the last game, but 1 in the next.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I leveled up.
I remember having the same reaction.
I thought that was the really cool thing, is that the leveling defines your build, and you could play with builds, and we would go through practice. I would sit there and play for a lot, because I was streaming as a daily job back then. And so when we were doing League and doing the stream, we would just stream all these practice rounds, and I'd go into either duo queue or solo queue, and I'd just run, and I'd talk to chat, and I'd be like, hey, I'm going to try this build. I'm going to do this. They'd revamp a character, and so I'd go in and try a new build with them, try new weapons, do crazy stuff, use magic power instead of physical on a character just for that one skill they did that used MP or whatever. And
AD Sona, let's go.
And and then just kind of goof off and find new stuff, But I lived through all of the Thresh OP, all that kind of crap.
Turns out that guy is still very good.
Thresh was like my favorite support. That and the one that looks like a Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Her name starts with S, maybe. Has a big shield.
Oh, Leona.
Yeah.
Leona
and Thresh were my my supports that I would choose. There was another one that I did too. Oh, I loved Blitzcrank support. I would do Blitzcrank support. He was useless as support except for the grab, but I could hit grabs like nobody's business. So I would go into solo queue and I'd pick Blitzcrank and choose support, and people would be like thinking I was trolling, and then we'd decimate bottom lane because you'd go in there, rattle, and you'd grab the guy out of the bushes and pull him in. Hooks for days, right? Hook him right underneath the tower and just freaking roast him all day long. Because on bot lane, they'd go into the bushes, right, and drop their little ward. And you always knew where to aim. So easy. Low-hanging fruit. The way the curve of the bottom, before they redid the map. I'm talking old days. When they redid the map, it was a little different because they placed the towers a little differently.
Man.
Because it used to be that bush curved right into the tower, right? You had one bush and another bush, and they always sat at the edge of the one so they could see the tower, because that's where your vision limit was. And so you just grab right at the edge of the bush, and you always get somebody. If there was only one in lane, you'd always get the support by grabbing them out of the bush and pull them right underneath tower.
Man.
Yeah, Leona with the shield. I haven't played in years.
Some
Like
good old friends.
A
I
lot
made
of
playing
years.
that
Jesus
game.
Christ, when was the last time I played League of Legends? I think I dipped my toes back into League and played some solo queue in like 2018, maybe.
That's wild.
Was that when they moved to the cell shaded style graphics?
They kind of always had it.
They always did, but they moved to the better looking map, and I don't remember when that happened. Maybe 2015, 2016 ish.
It's been a long time. It's
been a long time since I played, so I know it.
Yeah.
But it made it look more like the others. You know, like Dota 2 had more of that look.
Yeah, it was a serious graphical update to the game
Yeah, it just made the graphics better.
that it frankly needed.
Because the map was a little long in the
It
tooth.
was pretty dated.
The characters didn't change much. A little bit, I guess.
They've been slowly redoing them.
The skins. Because they had like HD skins for a while that you would get.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because like I had like a Leona bathing suit one that was an HD skin, and when they came out with like the summer vibes, they had like Garen and all of them in their beach clothing.
They've done a lot more like that. They have a lot of those that are kind of like evergreen, where they'll just pick new characters to do pool party stuff for.
Oh, pool. That's what
it
it
was
was
called.
Pool party.
Yeah, pool party. Yeah, so like the pool party Leona skin. I played a lot of.
I still have an account with all that crap on it. You know, if you want it, make me an offer. You can have my account. Probably would league now. Probably not even ranked.
The fanciest thing I have on my account is Pax Jax. That is my claim to fame. My account.
What does he look like? Has he got the yellow?
Yeah,
I have that.
yeah. It's the yellow with the.
He's got the raincoat.
Yeah, he's got the
Looks like a
yellow
fisherman.
raincoat. Yeah. He's got that like fisherman like bamboo hat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like a special thresh at that point in time, and yeah, I have that one. That was my favorite.
Pax
Jax.
TF is the big daddy one. That's really hard to get. Well, you can't get it anymore, obviously. But
Which one?
Pax TF, excuse me, not Pax Jax. Pax Jax is still hard to find, but it's not one of the rarest skins. It's the old TF skin that where he was blue instead of his like brown, black, and green, or brown, black, and red. He was more blue.
Who? Jax?
No, Twisted Fate. The guy who threw cards.
Oh yeah.
He would stun you, or slow you, or
Do you have
get
a
mana
cowboy
back.
hat?
Yeah. Twisted Fate. You know, now that I think about it, that is probably the game I have been playing for the longest over the course of my life than any other game, now that I think about it. Because I'm thinking about it's like, I've played a lot of WoW. A lot. Like many days of
League of
WoW.
Legends is definitely up there with me because it was one of my fun. I played a ton of Smite, but not over the same period of time because Smite fell on its face a lot quicker.
Yeah. Smite was cool, though.
I liked it a lot.
I liked it when it
I
first
love
came
the
out.
third-person version of it.
Yeah, it was neat.
I think it took a lot of that and made it more skill shot based than League of Legends.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I liked. But the only reason I really ever went to Smite was because League's queue sucked so bad, and Smite really had their act together when they started and had a huge fan base and lots of money and all that stuff, and then it fell apart. Because they did the same thing. They had so many people playing, and they had to push people into queues to keep times down and
Like
things
a
like
login
that.
queue?
Huh?
Like a login queue? Or just like queue to play?
Queue to play and
Got it.
ranked.
Okay.
I'm only talking about ranked.
Okay.
If you were playing in the regular stuff, then you could get games instantaneously.
Yeah.
In ranked queue, depending on where you were at in the queue, where you ranked, it made it tougher and tougher to get people. Like in the middle of the day, you could sit there for an hour if you were trying to get into like a high level gold rank.
Yeah. In Smite.
Yeah. And so they would queue you with people that you shouldn't be playing with because you were much higher ranked than those guys, you know, in bronze and silver. So they're mad. Or they queue those guys into a group of people above them, which makes everybody angry.
Yeah. Well, that's the tough part, right? Is that like let's say I'm a gold player or whatever, right? And I'm playing League of Legends. I don't want a diamond player or platinum player in my game because they're just going to carry the game. It's great if they're on my team. Sucks if they're on my opponent's team.
Yeah, I
And
guess
you
it
can play
depends,
around
right?
that,
Because it's
but-
all elo based. So if you are at gold, and let's just say you've had really bad luck with your
Promotions,
placements,
yeah.
right, or your
matches.
promotional
Yeah.
fights, right, which is the story for a lot of people.
Yep.
Then you know, you're playing at a very high level, so you don't mind it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people in that position.
Well, I mean,
But then there's the other end of it where it's really just high silver. That's just the way that goes, right?
well, it's
Because you
difficult,
can't
too.
just do it by elo. I mean, it's kind of what they were trying to do, but there was a time where you didn't degrade. So there were a
So-
lot of people that got their account up to platinum and sold it, and then started another account and farmed it to platinum and sold it.
You no longer degrade, by the way.
Oh, really?
You can degrade ranks within tiers within ranks, but you cannot go down a rank.
Oh, really? So if you're platinum, you'll never leave platinum.
Correct.
Wow.
As far as I believe, I'm pretty sure it's the same as it is in TFT. I know in TFT you do not go down ranks. And I'm pretty sure League of Legends is the same way now.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, so if you get to gold, you're gold.
Well, I wonder where my account is then.
Yeah. It's probably at like gold.
The skill gap between
elite.
high platinum and above and gold is massive. Oh, it's tremendous. The move to platinum from gold in those games was absolutely maniacal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, gold is where the vast majority of the people who play the game regularly are. So once you jump above that, you're getting into people who are like actually good at the game.
The you start seeing people that can farm
Yeah.
at high gold. And then beyond is where that's just nobody misses their farm. When you're watching people creep,
Yeah, it's people
and
who
they've
know how
got
to
their
freeze
money.
lanes.
They've
and-
got their money before you've even bought anything.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They've got their high tier stuff going.
Yeah, get into high gold and platinum. People know how to freeze lanes. People know how to make the right decisions.
You'd be like, where's my lane opponent? Because they already left. You weren't worth it anymore. They blew up one tower in your lane, and they split to go play the rest of the game. And your team's still farming their lanes, trying to buy stuff.
My problem is I haven't played in long enough that it's hard for me to be able to gauge the difference in power at certain levels between characters. It's been long enough that I don't really remember when power spikes happen for characters.
I would never go back and play that game.
Huh?
It's changed too much.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like playing the game from time to time, but if I'm going to turn on League of Legends, usually I'm just playing TFT, which is a much more chill experience for me.
But yeah, it's an auto battler. Right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of interesting decision making and
Yeah, I know. I mean, I
strategy
played it.
involved.
I played it in the Dota one. They were fun.
Yeah. I think,
When I learned that they were doing the deal where they would change the characters that were available in each season and stuff, I was like, nah.
they leave the seasons active for a pretty long period of time, but honestly, I like that they change it because it would just get.
The same problem I have with card games. Like, you just got your deck tuned and playing the way you like it, and then now you got to go make a new deck.
I mean, I think the idea is you play it enough regularly that you don't have to run into that problem. But I definitely know what you're talking about. Because it does take a lot of time to
You
kind
were
of...
jungling you within 5 seconds for the first 7 minutes of the game when you would be engaging anyone. Wait a minute. You were jungle and you knew within 5 seconds, the first 7 minutes of a game, when I would be engaging anyone. I'm not following. I think I'm following, but I'm not following. If you're playing jungle and you'd know if you were going to have to engage with anybody, or you'd know, like, if you got invaded at the beginning of the game. Is that what you're saying? Like, if the other team invaded you, then you'd know what kind of game you were playing? Jungle, I always felt like it was not my strongest suit, but I got stuck there a lot in high gold and low platinum. And you would have to try hard to convince your team to go invade the other jungler to set him back. And that was what made my game each time I'd play. Either my team would go, or their team would come and gank me. Yeah, you wouldn't get invaded, yeah. Because it was either you convinced your team to go invade, or you got invaded. It's kind of how LoL seemed to work. If you have one diamond player in a game with a bronze weighing them down, if you have one diamond player in a game with a bronze, they'll still dumpster a good MMR game.
You're here for the comfy chairs.
Yep, I'm gonna sit in the.
I don't understand what you're saying,
heck
One
yeah.
Plus.
I'll get the other ones.
One diamond
Yeah,
player and a bunch of bronze
Do you want to?
doesn't
So
guarantee you
that
win
one
against a whole
applies,
bunch of other
that one does
bronze.
not.
It may. Depends
if
on
you
what
want a
role
mic
they
to
play.
talk to chat,
right?
we can do that. Okay. You want to turn on the mic, Jen?
Yeah. It's right here. That's a Jen.
Yeah, Jen, make sure you steal the reclining one, because somebody is probably going to come in here and steal the other one.
This is the reclining one, right?
That is the
Okay,
reclining.
yeah. Does it not have a clip? I have to hold it?
Yeah, you have to hold it. Sorry, it's a bummer.
What kind of
Hey, we're
cheap
we're getting
operation
there.
are we running
We're
around
getting there.
here?
Are we having painting class at work today? Yes. Sort of. Well, they're having painting night.
Unironically, yes. Sort
They're
of.
having painting night out there, starting now. But
I was like, wait a second. I heard an echo
Sorry.
on the stream, and it was Jen's
That
phone.
was just me getting my phone out so I could see.
Where can you
what's happening.
sign up, Phoenix?
you can't.
You can't.
These are private ventures
They are private
for now.
for now. I'm gonna go grab a snack. Does anybody like a snack?
No, thank you.
I had a snack
Beverage?
before I came in.
I'm
Thank
getting
you,
a little
though.
peckish. I've been here for 2 hours. Chat, you want anything? Can I get chat anything? Beverage? Beer?
Haven't you learned yet?
I've learned plenty. I'm just having
You
fun.
can't give
you
them
don't
the power.
ask chat those types of questions.
Well, here's the best thing about asking chat that kind of question.
Is it
I
you're going to
actually
leave and leave
can't
me to handle
give
them?
them-
That's not good.
Oh, yeah. Chat, give all your orders to this man. He'll let me know,
Fired.
and I'll take care of it.
Fired.
But if I get it wrong, blame him.
Fired.
It's all his fault.
Still
I'm
fired.
mine. I never make mistakes, ever.
Still
Ever,
fired.
ever.
Because you're not human.
I am
Yeah.
not you, according to Jen.
Still fired.
Where's the thing? Oh, here we go.
You trying to figure out the recline feature back there?
I need a table. Like a little coffee table or something.
How can you mess up a bag of Funyuns? Yes, I have been looking for a table there, and I have yet to find one. But there, and then when I was at the old house, there's a rectangular little table between the two where the two chairs were, because they were angled at each other. There's a little plastic rectangular piece of crap little table there, but we need to find something that doesn't get crushed when you recline. I just ordered the microphone stands or mic boom arms. They go on the wall, so the mics
so
will
we don't
attach
have
to
to
the wall and then swing out, so you can grab them. Yeah. So
Am I too loud?
you're never too loud.
Well, but I'm holding it really close, so.
I think you're fine.
Okay.
You have chat on?
I do.
If you have chat on your phone, they'll tell you. Just tell Jen if she's too loud.
Tell me if I'm too loud.
Now they're gonna go, Jen, you're too loud. Too damn loud, Jen. Jeez.
I'll start to whisper.
I love it. How can you mess up a bag of Funyuns?
What happened to the Funyuns?
No, he's saying like he orders a bag of Funyuns. It's like he's talking about Baby J
Oh,
saying he
don't
never
mess it
messes
up.
up. It's like, how do you mess up a bag of Funyuns? Of course you don't mess
I
up.
mean, the way things have been going lately, I feel like people could mess up a bag of Funyuns.
Oh, I can mess up a bag of fun. I have messed up a bag of Funyuns before.
Hello, Paint Liquor. This is the way it should be, right? You just hear my voice. I'm always here.
Soon
Always
we're working on
watching.
all of the studio stuff so that Jen can have her place of the Jen throne
In my place of importance.
in her place of importance, the Jen production throne.
Mo, how can you mess up a bag of Funyuns? You eat them real fast. Like, real fast. Like, all in one sitting fast.
I mean, well, all we have is the little bags. You eat them all in one sitting anyway.
No, I've eaten big bags of Funyuns in one sitting.
That's not the way that's supposed to work.
He's stealing your bag.
You're what? Oh, yeah.
Swiper, no swiper. Swiper.
I actually know that one, and I will say again that technically we are too old and have too few children to understand that reference. But I did get it.
Gabe is on a roll with like the kid things.
Yeah.
Marco Frazzoni rating with a party of 85.
Marco, what's going on, my friend?
Welcome, Raiders.
What's up, buddy? How's it going?
Hello, Raiders.
Did you have a fun stream? I hope it went well. Welcome, everybody, to Monument Hobbies. This is Jason.
Hi, I'm the sexy one.
I am Baby J. I'm apparently the smart one, maybe? Or maybe I'm just the entertainment one. Jen's the smart one. And then we have
Well, I
Jen,
don't know about
the
that.
disembodied voice.
Leaf, what's going on? Welcome, Marco. I hope the stream went well. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're Monument Hobbies. We make paint, and then we paint things.
Yep.
And right now, we're doing our best to absolutely demolish this Leviathan box. I'm painting Big Dread. He's painting cockroaches. Cockroaches. He's painting cockroaches. I'm doing very fast. Wish.com non-metallic metal. Because ain't nobody got time for that. This big sucker. We're painting a bunch of
Looking good.
true scale Marines for 10th. And I was really excited about the big box dread because it's always been my favorite, but they got real small once new stuff started coming out. Once the Redemptor came out, the box dread, I always thought, I said, the Redemptor has the perfect upper torso. It's too bad they made the legs so long and the arms were stupid. So when they came out with the Leviathan arm set for the Ballistas, I was all stoked. And I have this eBay Rescue Redemptor that the person that built it bent the knees at a real harsh angle on both legs, so it made it squatty again, so it feels more like the old box dread. So I'm very excited about that. And then I've been doing
Dante.
Lord Commander Dante to go with our guys. I was also very excited about Dante hitting Primaris scale because that meant I didn't have to convert one. Because I was really bummed about having to convert a Dante. I've got stuff for all the rest of them to put it because a lot of like the Sanguinary Guard are all firstborn. They don't have Primaris style, so I have a bunch of stuff to convert over Primaris scale Sanguinary Guard, and then I've got to make a Lamartes, which we just picked up. A bunch of chaplain bits, Primaris chaplain. I don't need them, but a bunch of Primaris chaplain bits. That I'm going to use to make a Primaris scale Lamartes to go with this guy. And I think that's the only two characters I'm using. I've got to do a Sanguinary Priest with Jump Pack, so I got to figure that one out. But that shouldn't be too bad. Some green stuff, tabards or something should work there. But
I'm excited about this.
I gave Dante wings and lightning, jolting lightning coming off of his axe for some cool factor. Oh yeah.
Awesome kits.
Yeah. So I'm going to cut the skirt off the Primaris chaplain.
Yeah, so this you can actually cut the skirt off of this guy.
Yeah,
which is super cool.
I'm going to do some dissecting and get rid of the skirt on the Primaris chaplain, leave the the vest on the top part
Mm-hmm.
and leave just a center tabard on the bottom, I think.
Yeah,
And
which I
then
think will look great.
and then I got to do a Heresy era jump pack on him and all that kind of stuff. So, and
And
hopefully
this sweet model.
the Death Guard
guy's sick.
shoulder pad, the right shoulder pad on that guy has a Death Guard emblem on it. So with a little bit of sculpting work, I think we can make that work too. So use some bits out of that guy is a bit donor box.
It'll be cool.
Marco, have a good one, man.
See you later.
Sleep well. Thanks for the raid.
It makes me really want to get like a cool conversion going on. I haven't done like a solid conversion in a long time.
It wears me out. I'm like,
It is tiring.
I just want the model I want. 3D printing has made a lot of that more accessible, right? Because you can just kind of find what you need a lot easier now. But, you know, not everything I dream of even in the 3D print world exists. So
Thank you for the follow, the Andrian.
we also have Jen, the disembodied voice, online with us here.
Hello,
That's Jen.
I'm Jen.
Jen is the ultimate boss, the final boss at Monument Hobbies.
Enjoying the comfy chairs.
We have very comfy chairs in the studio here. This is the first time you've come and relaxed in one, isn't it?
I sat in one for a little while when you first got them, but the first time that I think I've sat here for a stream.
And?
Are they awesome?
Of course.
They're super awesome.
Best thing you've ever purchased, maybe.
Ooh. That's high praise.
They were super cheap. That was a very good
It was such a
I say
good
eBay.
deal.
It was a very good Craigslist purchase right there. We found these what are they? Automatic reclining chairs on Craigslist, and I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a bait and switch. You'd get out there and you'd be like, "Oh, the ones you wanted are gone, so here's these." But I'll let you have them at the same price, and they'd be like old grandma lazy boys. But no, we got out there and the chairs were exactly as advertised, better shape than I could have imagined.
Back to steal more stuff. Jabe is here.
Hi. Jape is here.
You can't have any more stuff.
Do we have extra?
Nope. Palette
A pad
paper.
of palette paper right there, I think, on the bookshelf. Is that it? Yep, that's the stuff.
The only thing I ask is that if we wind up, because it doesn't come with a whole lot, if we wind up using a lot, just make a note so that Jen can buy more, or I can buy more.
Probably just.
That's fine. I mean, use as many as you need. Don't.
It's just.
We just need to make sure we replace what we use.
They can even split, like, I fold it in half. Yeah. So they can share.
Take the whole thing. Use what you need. Don't be shy, Gabe.
Yeah, I can get more.
Swiper, no swiping.
I don't know what that means, Gabe. I don't know what that means.
I believe it's Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer. Oh my God. What is going on here today?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Do none of these people know I'm 53 years old?
Chat, can you help us with that one?
I don't even know what this is.
Swiper, no swipe.
swiping?
Swiper, no swiping.
Swiper, no swiping? What
I've
is
heard
this?
it. I don't know the reference.
OnePlus Saves would like to know if you plan, Monument Hobbies, if you plan on doing a rusty metal tech anytime soon. I consumed the YouTube video on the Blue Boy, but I'm still struggling to master it.
Oh, to go over what we were talking about yesterday? Yeah, as a matter of fact, Jordan's about to film a short. It's not a real in-depth thing, but one of our shorts that we do.
Yeah.
And I can always find a model to do it on, again, and do a long-form video on it. I could have sworn there was one on YouTube, though.
Well, the funny thing is that I'm gonna do basically the same model as you for the short.
Which one? This?
For the troll.
Oh yeah, the troll. The Middle Earth.
Yeah. I have one of those trolls, so I was just thinking, might as well just do that one.
Yeah, it's a great model to do it on.
It's a fantastic model.
Because it's a model where you can still spend good amount of time on like the flesh.
Yep.
And have it look really, really good.
OnePlus Saves could only find the blue metal one.
I feel like there's the rust one up there too, but I wouldn't. I may be lying to you.
Robbie of Chops Thank you for the follow.
Monster Den Minis, salutations.
Monster Den, what's happening, man?
Salutations.
Good to see you.
Monster Den Minis.
I believe the spy is still on the loose. Relapse wants to know if you caught the spy.
The spy? Spy?
We don't know how that got out in the wild. We're very angry
The leak.
about the leak.
Need to call the roofers?
But
But
Was that a dad joke?
no. I don't think so.
that had a question mark at the end of it. We don't believe you.
Wasn't supposed to be a dad joke.
That was a dad
Not
joke.
that kind of leak.
Oh no.
Robbie Off Chops, what's going on?
For those of you wondering what we're talking about with the spy and this leak, just check the Discord in the, I think it's HQ updates.
Yeah. Yep. The HQ updates. We announced that we found a spy. Yeah. He, she, and or it. It might be Yakov the Russian spy. I did not think about that.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a Russian spy that we employ.
We have, yes, we do.
Who also paints Tyranids.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are you trying to say I'm the spy?
I'm wondering.
Whoa!
I'm beginning to
Is it
wonder.
throw
I'm beginning
under
to
the
have
bus
my
Tuesday?
doubts here.
I think it's throw under the bus Tuesday. You sure the spy's not yourself?
I would never.
I mean,
Okay, I might.
maybe you would.
I do have fun leaking information to the public,
You do.
much to Jen's chagrin.
Well,
on many an occasion.
and Jason, when he buys a gift for someone, he
Tells
tends
them
to
what it
not
is.
be able to wait. He gets very excited about it and likes to share that excitement with the
form
gift
of
recipient.
what it is.
So it'll
I
be a
do
week
not
before
believe
Christmas,
in
and he'll
waiting
say,
for good things.
"Yeah, it'll be a week before Christmas." He'll say, "Your present just got here. Do you want it now?"
It's like, no.
There's no need to wait. Why'd you wait?
We've got a tree. Go put it underneath the tree. Open it in a week.
Why would you wait? There's no need to wait. If it's here and it's good, experience the good when it's here. The whole waiting for your gifts thing is always lost on me. I'm like, what horrible torture is this?
I think it's supposed to make the gift more exciting.
But then when the gift sucks,
That's
it's even
true.
worse.
Then it's bad. That could backfire.
Then when your grandmother gets you underwear, you're even more bummed out. You're like, well, you could have given me that a few weeks ago, because then I'd have had time to go return it already. Actually, nowadays I ask for underwear.
Yeah.
I told Jen, I was like, what do you need? I need underwear. Underwear would be good.
Yeah, there's definitely an age you get to
practical
Socks.
gifts.
where you're like, I
Underwear.
actually want
I don't want
clothes.
to I don't want to go buy that for myself right now. I
Yeah, I was like, I need clothes actually.
don't want to spend my money on something so boring. Buy
I
it
remember
for
my
me.
mom always used to get me like clothes and stuff for Christmas and such. And I was always like, God, I don't want this stuff. This is stupid. I want like PlayStation and stuff.
Yeah.
could always
and now it's
tell.
like,
And I'm like, hey mom, I actually like could use some shorts for Christmas. That
yeah,
sounds great.
exactly.
You
Exactly.
would shake the gift and be like, ugh, that's clothes.
Yeah, or they're like, here's a
Sucks.
sweatshirt. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
oh, this is
Leaf.
awesome.
They always used to tell you, like, Santa will take it back if you don't wait for it. I'm like, well, screw Santa then. I don't want anything from somebody like that anyway.
Alright.
Horrible way to teach kids.
Gotta do the teeth and I'm done. I'm like getting to the point where I'm starting to like overwork this thing.
Jeez, slow painter over there. Look at me. I'm already rocketing through this dreadnought.
Look, I had a good time with this model, alright? I've enjoyed myself. Found a cool Tyranid scheme that I'm digging. We gotta come up with a hive name for it.
Belcher.
No. No.
Hive Belcher.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
No. No, no, no. No. No, no.
Gus.
Marcus? Gus? Baby
I like
Hive?
Gus.
Ooh. I actually do like Baby Hive.
But you don't like Belcher.
No.
There's no fixing
I'm
you.
Baby J.
There's no fixing you.
It's the Baby J Hive Fleet.
There's no fixing you, Baby J.
Hive Fleet Baby.
High feet, baby.
Hive Fleet Baby.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody puts Baby in Hive Fleet. Except for me. Apparently. Hive Plaid. Thank you, Paint Liquor. We needed that.
How did I know that was paint liquor without even looking at the screen?
Yeah.
Without even looking at the screen, I knew paint liquor.
Nitty McNitface.
Hive Fleet Nitty McNidface.
That's like the lowest hanging fruit ever.
It's still funny though.
It's still funny.
Got to chuckle out of Jen over there.
Bodie McBoatface.
Bodie McWoodface.
Roaches are us. A Paint Liquor said I'm reliable like that.
Yes, you are, sir. We know what we're
Reliable
getting.
Paint Liquor.
We always know what we're getting. And there is something to be said for that. I am not complaining.
Alright. We're done. We're done with the bug. Bug is done. Here's the bug. I like the bug.
Yeah, it turned out great.
I will build another bug, and then we can paint another bug later. But until then,
Gray Marines.
dudes! Time to paint on the gray plot. No, I'm just kidding. We have technology for this.
What? Oh my god. You gonna do it the right way?
Yeah.
You're gonna prime your models?
Turns out, we have the technology.
Oh my god.
We also sell the technology, or at least most of it.
You're gonna give people bad habits.
Bad habits.
Yeah, showing
Do
them
we-
how to prime models.
do we
People are gonna
not
be
want them to
painting the
prime
right
models?
way.
I'm confused.
People are gonna be painting the right way, getting good results.
Don't we want people to buy the primer? I think it's the whole point, right? We sell it.
We sell a lot, but I think it's more because Paint Liquor says that that it tastes good.
I definitely don't think the primer tastes good.
Baby J, will you be thinning this primer?
Nope.
No, you will not.
No, I will not.
Somebody gets an A right there for the lead. The lead in.
Are you going to glom it all on in
Hive
one
Triton.
thick coat?
I think Hive Triton is a good one.
Nope. We're gonna apply it in 3 thin coats. We don't want to prime these black brown. I'm gonna prime these black. Now here's the question of all questions.
Uh-oh, that sounds big.
What chapter do I paint these Marines?
Ooh.
Mo said 42. But probably not
No.
an answer to that question.
No Mo.
Always the question, right?
Yeah, it's a good one.
I feel like
Death Watch.
no. I mean, no. They have to have the shoulder pad, the Inquisition shoulder pad to fly the Death Watch.
Yep.
Boy, that's a good question though. You're painting 3?
Yeah.
There's 3 stern guard?
Yep.
Silver skulls.
Howling Griffins.
Which one is Howling Griffins?
I think they're ultramarine blue and white quartered. Right?
Arms and legs quartered?
Yeah. I like, you just painted green though, because I was going to say I like the Mantis Warriors with the green and the yellow.
Could do that.
Paint Liquor said Chaos, clearly. 3rd Legion.
Incorrect.
Dusty Green said Shrine of the Silver Monkey.
I like whatever that
Which
is.
I would watch that movie.
I like whatever Shrine of the Silver Monkeys.
Leaf Painting said Brass Scorpions. Robbie Off Chop said Minotaurs. Relapse said Gently Grazing Green Gazelle. Is that a real answer?
No. Most certainly not.
Minotaurs are horrible traitors. We don't paint Minotaurs here.
Brothers of the Plaid Manse.
Mothers of the Plaid Man.
Brothers of the Plaid Manse.
I like all these ideas. With the Tabbers, they got to be Templars. Nah, there's not enough Templars. Bits on them.
Yeah, I was thinking Black Templar, but they also like don't have swords and stuff, which is like a big Black Templar thing.
Brothers of the Hottest Pinkus.
Jeez.
That was Mo, in case you were wondering.
What's a good like core chapter to do? I think a core chapter would be fun.
Imperial Fists. Always easy to go with. Low-hanging fruit. Some good yellow.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can paint Blood Angels like what I'm doing. When you say core chapter, you want first founding, or do you want original 9?
Original 9.
Well, so you're where you have Dark Angels, Ultramarines,
we could go
Raven Guard, Salamanders, Space Wolves, Imperial Fists, Iron Hands.
We could do one step removed.
What did I miss? Oh, Blood Angels, and what did I miss? What's the 9th one that I missed? What did I miss? No, I said Salamanders. What did I miss? I think I said Ultramarines too. But I like Brothers of Hottest Pinkus. Half green, half bone, like bisected Dark Angels, green and bone is neat. Dr. Rhino, what's going on, man? Hottest Pinkus of the new meta. Says Leaf.
I want to do something with gold.
Lots of gold?
Well, not lots of gold.
I was going to say Minotaurs if you want to do gold, but they're traders. Traders. They do the bidding of the Lords of Terra. We're all traders.
Isn't the Soul Drinkers like purple and gold?
Ooh, Soul Drinkers. That's my big guy up there.
Yeah, I think it's purple and gold, yeah.
Oh.
That'd be cool.
Soul Drinkers would be bitching. I vote yes.
Okay, we're doing Soul Drinkers. That's
Now
Now
you're talking my language.
That's a subsection of the Blood Angels, right? It's one of their successor chapters.
I don't know.
Or
no.
are they Ultramarine?
No, I now that you're saying this, I don't remember, and I should remember.
Chat, help us, please. Give to us the information that we do not have.
Somebody look up Soul Drinkers. Are they one of the ones that nobody knows where their gene seed comes from?
That could be.
I can look that up, but I don't know
think
that
they're
I can
Imperial
help you.
Fists.
Now that you say that, that rings a bell in my head. Did you say White Scars?
I might.
Oh,
You might have missed White Scars.
Oh, White Scars is the one I didn't say.
Yeah.
What am I looking up about Soul Drinkers?
What their parent chapter is.
It'll probably be one of the first things that pops up when they are talked about.
The Soul Drinkers were a renegade chapter of Space Marines.
Yeah.
Declared excommunicate
Excommunicatus
Traitoris
Traitoris.
by the Inquisition.
Yep.
Does that answer your question, or do you just
No.
still okay.
Gotta keep reading.
Well, that was just the synopsis. Or that was just a little preview. Okay.
I feel like it's Imperial Fist, but I could be wrong.
Imperial Fist?
Founding chapter, initial Imperial Fists, later unclear.
Yeah. Imperial Fist. So.
Okay. Soul Drinkers it is. I'm gonna laugh when I love painting this so much that I want to make a Soul Drinkers army. That would be kind of cool to me.
So I'm going to give you a gift while you paint that I just found today when looking for models for the crew to paint out there in La La Land.
In La La Land?
Right. In Happy Crew Paint Night Land.
What is this gift? I don't know if I should be happy or scared.
Well, people always ask me to see models that I painted a long time ago, right? So, I have models I painted a long time ago.
How long ago?
20 years?
Oh, geez. That's a long time.
Oh.
He said 20 years, if you guys didn't hear that.
But speaking of Soul Drinkers, here's a custom Soul Drinker I did for White Dwarf back in 2004. Right?
Oh, that's cool.
I made this out of, I forget what the bricks were from, but they were individual. Oh, it's foam. It's pink foam that I carved the bricks out of. And it's got a little Skaven rat. And then it's a custom, I sculpted that entire hand and then pinned him into the foam so he could be jumping up over it and holding the knife in his mouth. But this was my Soul Drinkers. I did all of the Soul Drinker emblems out of green stuff. And then some Necron rods and silly
These
stuff
have
like
a
that.
Chalice, right?
It's just a gold chalice, yeah, on a purple field.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got his attack knife, his combat knife in his mouth. In his toofs.
His
In
toofs.
his tooth.
So he could jump over the wall. So this was Jason 19 years ago painting. This is my painting 19 years ago. And then here is some other 19, 20-year-old painting. For my old orcs. These are all metal. Metal burner boys.
That's awesome.
So there you go. I'll keep these around. People always say, "Do you have any how did you paint? You used to paint?" And this is just old layer wash metallics painting. This is just the old style.
All right, chat. Which is more exciting, seeing Jason's old models or seeing the old comic books?
I really like that one with the goggles.
So, okay, here's a legitimate question, Jason. How do we explain away the fact that blood drinkers are getting Primaris armor?
Soul Drinkers?
Yeah. They're excommunicated.
They got welcomed back into the good graces of the Imperium by Robute Gilliman.
That's kind of what I was
Because the Imperium needs all hands on deck.
Yeah.
And other than the fact that their chapter master, Scarpadon, has spider legs, and that one guy went and devolved fully into a berserker of corn, they're okay guys.
They're okay guys. They aren't anymore. Wait, what do you mean they aren't anymore?
We need a show and tell day.
Wad and Paint Liquor said they like seeing your old models more than the comics.
Yeah. Which is why he also invited back Angron and his World Eaters. Yeah, exactly. 40K Wickers say they actually did get refounded during the Ultima founding, so you're canon.
Wait, they did?
But Dusty Green says. They actually did get refounded during the Ultima founding.
Oh. The 40K wiki says they did. Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, there's books about them, so...
Oh, I guess that's
There's
true.
a whole trilogy of the Soul Drinkers omnibus you can still get by Ben Counter. not the best books in the world, but a good romping read.
A good romping read.
Lots of bolter porn and lots of questionable activities from a
Alright.
near Traitoris.
Let me look up
They went through the warp
photos.
and they got warp touched, but they were trying to do good the whole time.
Okay.
So
I dig it.
So
Hey, this
that's
is very
the whole
much-
premise of their book is that
Okay.
they do not have anti-Imperium thoughts, but they do become renegade because the Imperium turns against them, even though they have proven 100% that they are still for the Emperor, right? So they get pissed off and go renegade, but they still fight against chaos even when they're renegades. So that's why I liked them.
Yeah. I mean, sounds pretty cool to me.
Plus, I could make a Sarpedon model back when, which I have never found, which is a real bummer, because I did make a Sarpedon model that had him with spider legs. I used Shelob, the old metal Shelob, for the base of my Sarpedon, and it was a fantastic freaking model, but I don't have a faintest clue where it wound up.
All right, so here's the $24 million question. Doing gold. I'm going to do a really warm gold. Which means I want to do a warmer purple. Thinking dark plum. A good, even, not quite starting point. Like, not quite dark enough. Do I go... Purple is such an interesting color to paint. Kind of fascinating. Do I go black mixed with some... or Payne's Gray even as a starting point? Gray blue?
For purple?
Yeah. Into dark plum, into the next stage.
I mean, this guy is a soul drinker. That's how I've been painting this guy.
Yeah, but I do want to do a
And
different
he's
take.
Payne's Gray into royal purple.
Yeah.
Into I think it's hard to tell because he was already purple before I went back and painted him again. But royal purple into then like mixing in whatever I mixed in, pale pink in with the royal purple, or went royal purple into pink into pale pink, I think.
Yeah.
And it worked out really well. Like it gives a really good punch.
It is
for
a nice purple.
for the purple armor, and it gives you that soul drinker's purple. But again, my gold is based in green.
Yeah. Because mine would be like a very brilliant, like warm gold.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm thinking like dark plum, which would be a really cool.
So Fuse likes
warmer
traitors,
take.
he just likes the loyal ones. That's not how it works.
Dark plum and go up from there. That's not dark enough.
The Malifaux spider ladies could be converted to look like Sarpedon pretty easy. I don't know about size, but maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Guaranteed there's spider models out there that could do it, right? He had like a bionic limb too, right? He got the spider body, but then one of the legs got blown off, so the Tech Marine gave him a bionic spider leg. There's a lot to that story. their chapter master has a half spider and remains loyal somehow. But then, like, the guy that went, like, berserker for Khorne also had, like a big crab claw for a hand. He didn't have to use his power claw anymore because he had a big deformed claw in its place.
Alright. So we're actually going to go a little bit coal black with some Payne's Gray. We're going a little darker. Want a little bit of that coolness in the chateaus. Yep.
The ecclesiarchy would be very upset if the emperor is resurrected. Yes, they would not exist anymore. There's about to be a big tear in the Imperium, I think. I still believe that we're about to see a huge rift in the Empire that will cause pit brother against brother again, a second heresy.
How crazy would that be?
In the midst of all of this, with the Tyranids punching down on Earth and everything, I think we're about to see it. But they may chicken out and not do it. They've got it all set up. We'll see how the plan works for GW.
'Cause it'll probably take them, what, a year and change to get there?
What's that?
To start telling a new story like that?
Well, I don't know. I thought that this year we would get the final Beckwin novel. And we might, now that 10th is out, you know, and there's already this big rule change going on.
Yeah.
It may be that that's what we're seeing. There was a big interview with Dan Abnett. Not a big interview. It was a little interview with Dan Abnett, in which he said that he was super stoked because he's never had the ability as a writer for GW to have such a huge impact on both the lore and the game with one book, and that's the Beckwin book. So there's a lot going on there, and I think it's going to be
very, very interesting statement.
Yeah, and I mean he heads that team pretty much, so I'm interested to see what's going on there.
Yeah. Very curious.
But for me, that, you know, my brain immediately went into they're going to fracture the Imperium when the Emperor wakes up and decides that, you know, they've all absolutely gone against his will and they're all traitors because they formed a religion around his decaying body, and his son Gilliman is struggling now with his father's godhood. And the importance of keeping the Imperium together by allowing them to believe his father is a god. So there's a lot that could be brewing in that regard.
Man, you want to hear something really weird? This is the
Yes.
first Space Marine that I've painted in probably over 10 years.
Not as weird as I thought it was going to be.
That's fair.
Jen was about to tell you, hey, whoa, remember, family show.
I kept it PG.
Family show.
All right, I'm going to go hang out with the crew for a little bit.
I can't see. Chat. Hello.
Jen's leaving us.
Adios, everyone.
Otherwise, she's going to fall asleep, I think.
I think those chairs are too comfortable.
Right in the middle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just make sure it sits.
Everyone saying goodbye. Goodbye to Jen.
Jen's going to go have fun without us. I'm excited to see. We got some people that are painting for the first time out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be fun. Our crew of 14. Not everybody is a painter. Not everybody is a hobbyist anymore. We've grown beyond the ability to just make sure that every time we hire somebody that they're a nerd.
It's a very good setup out
That
there.
they're our kind of nerd. But I think that people are going to have a lot of fun experiencing painting models for the first time. I'm a firm believer. Obviously, I've been showing everybody on stream now for 7+ years that I'm a firm believer in the fact that the painting of miniatures can appeal to anybody. You don't have to just be somebody that's interested in playing the games and such. We're going to be coming out with some really cool models if everything goes well. I talked to the sculptor today and got some initial approvals done with him on some artistic sculpts that are going to be for like practice painting and things like that, and just fun things to paint for people that are not, you know, as much caring about gaming necessarily.
Alright. I gotta clear this out. And then we're gonna put some dark plum in the airbrush.
Somebody come save you from yourself, Punisher? What are you doing? What are you doing that needs saving? You don't think models are meant to be painted in as many sub-assemblies as you're thinking on this one? What is this sub-assembly thing? Sub-assemblies are for quitters.
Yep.
Just put the model together.
There are very few instances where you really need a sub. Dark plum, here we go.
Very loud in my ear.
Did not mean for that to be very loud. My enthusiasm gets
You're
beyond
very
my brain.
enthusiastic about this dark plum.
I love dark.
It's such a good color.
It is. It really is one of my.
What if someone picks up your model at an obscure angle and sees that the thing is not painted the right color? Who's going to do that? And why do you care? Are you entering in a competition? Then all bets are off. Paint it how you need to. You know me, I don't do sub-assemblies unless it's just absolutely necessary, because I'll break the model, because of the way I hold models, that I would, bust a certain thing off if it hangs out too far, like Shinobi's katana sheath. I knew I couldn't allow that to be on the model while I was doing the initial painting. Panic Bomb, it's taking you so long to get over painting stuff no one will see. I still paint areas that I don't think anybody's going to notice, because I notice it, so there's still a me factor there. But in the sub-assembly world, my thinking doesn't really have to relate to what you can see and what you can't see. It's more about how you focus shadows on the model. Because painting in sub-assemblies really ruins a lot of people's ability to view value correctly. And you can see it in even some professional painters' work. They've over-brightened parts that would not be bright, because they did it you can tell they did it in sub-assemblies, and the sub-assembly they painted like it had its own, like it was in its own world, and didn't relate well to the pieces it got glued to at the end. So even when you paint in sub-assemblies, it's always good to put the model together before you finish it.
Yep.
Right? So you're at the 80% done part, and then you glue the model together and then finish the model, so that you make sure you train all of your highlights and shadows correctly.
Well, and the way I do sub-assemblies is I paint the parts of that piece that are really hard to get to, and then I glue it on, and I paint the rest of it.
Yeah. I just generally say to heck with it and don't bother. Glue it together. That's right. I mean, hell, we did Dante with no sub-assemblies, and the only thing it really caused me a problem with is when I decided I wanted to do the lightning bolts, right? Off the axe. Because then the model was together, and I really could have used the model not being together to do that.
Yeah.
But then again, by the same token, it allowed me to do the lightning in a way that touched a lot of parts of the model I wouldn't have been able to do had it been apart. So I don't know if this is a good answer. I think go with your gut. Whatever you feel comfortable with. A lot of people will ask us, should I paint with sub-assemblies? And I'm like, I don't know. Do you?
Very excited to see what you think of some of those Apple TV Plus shows.
Oh, don't get too excited. I don't know that I will remember to do this.
Oh. I can remind you.
I will need reminding, probably. I'm like,
I'll remind you.
I don't know that I'm going to remember to do this, so don't get too excited. The hard thing for me is that there is a reality that I don't enjoy watching TV.
Yeah.
So it's not the thing I think about when I'm at home. There are times where I sit down and I go, I wish we had something fun to watch. Because I am kind of in the mood to just sit and rub the dog's belly while there's something silly going on in the background.
Yeah.
Oh boy, let's see if we can do this.
I love this dark plum. Holy cow.
It's a good color. starts trending you way towards purple.
Yeah. I think that could work. Or maybe I could mix in magenta with the dark plum. Or maybe purple is a better warm option. Because plum is actually a little cooler than purple is.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because this dark plum is very warm. So maybe I mix in a little bit of the purple into it. See what that looks like. I think that could look good. I gotta test it out on something first. Okay. A little tester.
Cheating a lot with my lighting angles on this thing because I don't want a lot of this model to just sit in darkness. I'm not doing any kind of dramatic light on it, so I'll be doing edges that face away. My light source is obviously coming from our right. Things get a little dimmer as they come this way, and the right edges are what are brighter across the board, and then when we look on the left, it's the left edges that are brighter. But I still want to be able to have stuff like this have a little bit of edging to it, so I'll just thin the color down when I do my lines and not put quite as much brightness on it. Like I said, as I've been painting these, I haven't really been worried about directional lighting as much. But you always do need to have a little bit of a concern for keeping things consistent. Otherwise, your light and darkness as it plays across the surface of the model will start to be too jumbled, and the viewer's eye won't find it pleasing.
Yep, we found the mix.
Got one you like?
For the highlight, yeah. Purple with the dark plum. I gotta spray it on and see how it looks, but... might be too high of an initial... Yeah, it needs more dark plum. Okay. Can I save this? We have one of those little cups.
They're all right there.
Oh, they're either under your hats.
Something like that works pretty well. Gives me a little bit of detail up in that darker area, but not making it too bright.
So cools it off so much.
That's what soul drinkers look like.
I know. I want my own little take on them.
That's not how the Imperium works. That's not how that works.
What do you mean?
You don't get to get creative.
Oh, hold on now.
I will call the Inquisition, son.
I will call chat. Chat will let me be creative, right, chat?
Chat'll side with me because they want new paint colors.
I can probably maybe make that happen.
Ha!
Maybe.
Are you hearing this blasphemy, chat?
I could try.
Alright, are we done? New high score.
Ooh, that looks great.
Oh no, damn it. Exhaust pipes for missiles.
Looks like we're not done, chat.
It's just crap. Crap. See? Wad says, nope, should have painted orcs if you wanted to be creative, Baby J.
And Mo.
No, it's Wad.
Oh, Wad? I don't know why I thought Bo. That's
You just threw Mo under the bus again.
Nope.
Mo, he just, when
A
he hears
mistake?
things he doesn't like, he thinks they come from you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. This is all Wad's fault, not mine.
Wad just said what he said. You're the one that pinned it on Mo.
On accident.
I even gave you an out, dude. I cannot be more of a wingman than I was. I said, Wad Tomaton says.
I literally thought that you said Mo. I don't know why my brain thought that, but my brain thought that. So I apologize, Mo. Curse you, Wad Tomato.
Curse you, Wad Tomato.
May you be cursed.
Damn.
May your brushes arrive cooked.
Damn. Chad, I want to apologize for Jen's bad hiring practices. I'm pretty sure she's not listening anymore, so I can get away with this. Mo's like, again? Really?
No, Mo. No.
We was just starting to be friends.
No. We're good, Mo. We're good. Not your fault. 100%. I'm aware. I've been notified. Mistakes were made. We're still good. We're tight.
Salty J.
I'm a blame it on Wad Tomato. N. Or Wad Tomaton. Huh. Yeah, I used the full incorrect name.
You like to look while it's still wet?
Are you talking about the, this? What are you talking about? His? Yes, the shoulders?
I think he's talking about yours.
We're
As you're spraying it.
We're getting there. Yeah, the wet color is kind of what I was looking for, and it's drying mostly like that. So dries a touch lighter, which is fine. So we need to go up in value anyways.
Steel. There you go. Steel. I feel like when I look at him like this that I need to put like a yellow belt with an X on it and call him Colossus.
Yeah, that's
Right?
so true.
Isn't
You
that
gotta put
weird?
a little yellow on him too, though.
Huh?
Like make a panel yellow. Or
Yeah,
something.
like something has to be yellow.
Yeah.
And there has to be a big X on him. It's calling to me like 70s X-Men is really happening right now.
Hey, I have a painted Colossus that is very 70s X-Men.
I just have this.
I'll bring it in.
There's this thing in my head right now. It's killing me as I look at this. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's him with like the red and yellow belt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is how my...
He had the red, like, circus act costume, right?
Yeah. He and Magic are brother and sister, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Correctamundo.
I like X-Men a lot. Always liked X-Men quite a bit. All right.
Trying to give just a little bit more pop to that curve of the shoulder up here. Gonna match across here, but not as bright as what I got going on here. That works. Forgot to do a secondary reflection on the back side of these cylinders for the exhaust pipes.
What do you think, Jason? Step
Like where
2.
it's going. What do you use for a highlight?
That's the next question. I'm thinking either adding a touch of magenta.
I think you're setting yourself up perfectly for Moe's Brothers of Le Hot Pink. Like
Hot
pink.
pink.
Pink is where that's headed.
Well, I want to keep this as basically the midtone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This, like, I want this color to be pretty much the predominant color.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to find, like, subtle highlights that can bring up the value without changing it to be too cool. Because I want it to remain on the warmer side of the spectrum.
That with warm yellow or warm flesh.
Ooh, warm flesh is a great idea, actually.
Right.
Or maybe even like a pale yellow or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Pale
yellow
would
might be
desaturate
too-
it really quick.
Yeah. Warm flesh might be better.
So I'm thinking like warm yellow, warm flesh.
Yeah.
Dark warm flesh is really good. Yellow ochre.
Ooh, dark warm flesh. That's a great idea. Even better. Even better. Yep. Good call. The dark warm yellow was the perfect color.
Fantastic. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. Not very often, but sometimes.
Turns out, when you make the paint range, you kind of just know all of the right colors. Yeah, so this is the color that we're working with to bring it up. Still has that plumminess to it. Let me get it to dry a little bit. But that color right there for the next highlight still keeps it in that plum area. Yellow ochre into purple sounds neat. Yeah, playing with like weird combos like that is really great. Yeah, this is that color right there on the top. Right
Yeah.
there.
Yep. Well, yellow will guarantee you don't cool your color off.
Yep.
You just have to be careful with how you use it.
It'll desaturate the heck out of it.
Well, no, but it will push it towards other colors, right? Anything in the red spectrum, it will move towards orange very quickly. So you just have to be very careful. You'll actually still retain a very saturated color, but it may not be the color you wanted. Give a little shine to the face of that missile launch plate. Probably have to touch that up when we decide what color the missiles are, but I'm happy with this guy. Obviously very bright, shiny right this minute. We'll figure out if we're going to do like the, I mean, we could even do like the Gazgul style rust effect on him, right?
Ooh.
We
Yeah.
did the...
Oh, that would look so good.
We did the rust over that. Now, this was all done with neutral grays, so it was much darker to begin with. But we could do some rusty stuff down in the innards. Like on the... I guess a better example would be maybe these guys. Like that. Use that flesh wash to just get down in the recesses to make him kind of gritty. I don't know. I really like him all shiny, though. I'm not opposed to all shiny. Our guys aren't really, like, weathered gritty. I don't mind having a really bright, red, shiny army, to be honest with you. Maybe we'll see how he looks after all the gold's on.
There we go.
We're supposed to do the old glamour shots for Gabe. So Gabe, glamour shot. Vogue.
Vogue. Or maybe I should do glamour shot with this guy. He's looking great.
Yeah, he turned out fantastic. Gabe's lazy and doesn't want to take photos of models on his own. We gotta do it for him.
Yep.
Damn Gabe.
Photos for Gabe. I'm gonna laugh if this is Gabe.
No, it's Jen. we were just making fun of Gabe.
Who were you
So.
hoping for?
We were making fun of Gabe, so we were hoping
making
it
fun of
wasn't
Gabe.
Gabe with a knife.
Oh. Gabe's painting right now.
But we're done. Because we have to spend time with our illustrious group of employees who are off painting.
It's really neat out there.
Some of whom are doing it for the first time ever. So I'm excited to go see how it works. So thanks again for hanging out with us.
Yeah. Thank you
As
so
you got
much.
to see me rifle through the final stages of well, not final, but at least some of the good stages of the non-metallic silver on our Dreadnought. Again, this is literally 2 colors and 3 applications of those colors, right? It's the blue-black followed by a mix of blue-black and white-blue, right? And then white-blue by itself. So nothing you can't do on your own and get a nice, sketchy build-up for non-metallic metal. Very, very simple.
Stay tuned for some more blood drinkers. Soul drinkers.
Soul drinkers.
Soul drinkers.
I think there is a blood drinkers too, but they would be probably a
Blood angels.
Blood Angels.
Yeah.
I feel like. Thanks for hanging out. Stick around. Make sure you did. Look at Jen. She's sitting right here. Did it? What?
Yup.
Magic.
It's magic.
She doesn't even have a keyboard. She has a magic phone. She has a brain in a pocket. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Remember, we do stream 5 days a week. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like tomorrow coming up, we start at 12 noon Pacific time here in the U.S. Go till 2 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, like today, we start at that later 2 p.m. slot and go till 5 p.m., so a little bit longer as well. 5 chances a week to catch up with us. We'd love to see you back here. For all of you that are new, please hit the follow button, sign up for the alerts, and join that Discord. If there's one thing you do today, hit that Discord link and go sign up if you have Discord. Great community of thousands of artists. Great inspiration, fantastic work being shown, and a direct pipeline into the Monument Hobbies world. You can hang out with us, tell bad jokes, hear about new products coming out, check out all the spy info, and all sorts of other really cool stuff. So we'd love to see you over there. So join the Discord, stick around. We're going to find somebody to raid, show some love in the chat we wind up in, and we will catch you back here tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Adios, gang.